welcome to another super radical night of Pathfinder with all of our awesome peeps you guys see here. You know me, your super rad host, Molly Mayhem, who plays as the lovely Tatiana, wearing my cool Totoro shirt today with my super awesome I got my COVID vaccine sticker because I got my second shot today. Woo! One step closer to being open, which we're all excited about.
Yes.
You can see we've got Red joining us again, now playing as Kate, who was previously known as Molly, but now renamed just for easier, non mistakable purposes. You've got Siobhan joining us, who plays as Tulia, which I know you guys have missed her, our really cool pirate lady who's
I'm so hyped.
just drunk all the time. Cheeky
So
Angel down there playing as Seffi, the cute little Leshy. We're missing our Vivian, the stupid fucking tourist, who will be here being her slutty self eventually.
Yeah.
And then you've got our DM Patrick, who plays as my little goblin minion, Thwack.
And the all important DM.
Yeah. The maker upper of shit.
Keeps this
All right.
times rolling.
Gonna do it.
So last time on Pathfinder, the intrepid adventurers had gotten through the cultists' temple and found the location of the sunken temple that they are trying to or wanting to prevent the jackass from freeing some kind of creature, deity, thingamajig that we're not entirely sure about yet. It sounds like a really bad idea for this thing to be, let loose on the world.
Mm-hmm.
Also, yeah, you might leave that up to somebody else, except Vivian and Kate both have a Gaius on them that they have to get vengeance on the person that cast the curse on Kate, which happens to be the cult leader who got away.
Mm-hmm.
You managed to get one half of the party. You got the demonologist that was working with the cult leader. So, you're halfway there. And you've been given an entire month in which to do this.
Mm-hmm.
So far, you're only down probably about 3 days. You managed to find the cult lair in pretty damn quick time. AKA, I didn't expect you to be walking down that beach that fast.
Hey.
So you spent some time healing up, learning some new skills, and getting yourselves prepared for the next leg of your adventure. But you've realized that you had to go out to sea in order to get to this sunken temple. Well, you decided to call in the taxi service, aka Tulia the pirate. And so the you've reached out to her via the enchanted flower bracelets that were created for you when Tulia and Chiki had a moment.
Is that what we're calling it now?
We'll call it a moment. I didn't say what kind of moment it was.
I'm never helping a child again.
It's too late. It's too late. Beautiful.
So you did get the sense from the empathic link that Tulia got the message, and despite being drunk, had agreed to show up.
Yay.
And see what she could do about helping you get wherever. You're probably going to have to explain what the hell's going on. Because, of course, this is a empathic bond, not a telepathic bond.
Yeah.
You get feels and stuff.
Yes.
Mostly the feels of not sobriety.
It's the feels of drunkenness.
Let's see. Tatiana said that there's some gold that's left to be divvied from the sale of the things you guys didn't want to keep.
Yay.
As well as you were picking up the improved armor for Kate.
Oh,
and,
yeah.
And for me.
Oh no, you remember you got yours.
Oh, yeah.
You learned that you could
Oh,
use
it
it by
magically shaped.
transforming.
Yeah.
I was gonna say a leaf in armor. This has got to be in first.
Armor corgi.
And it become an armored corgi. That was pretty great. From an armored corgi. I think I might still be an armored corgi.
I think so. I think
I
you're
don't think
still
I
on
ever
the
transformed back.
shoulder.
Yep. Still just living as a corgo. Hanging out on Kate's shoulder.
Yep.
All right. The only business that you'd stated that you wanted to do before the next game session was probably stock up on a few more water breathing potions.
Yeah.
These are mine.
So let me check the going rate for water breathing potions.
Excuse me. Okay, good. Damn, I thought they forgot to give me fucking whatever those things, chopsticks for my food, and I was gonna be really sad.
That would be sad. I like using my headphones as a headband a little bit.
My miso soup must have spilled in my bag because the packaging for my chopsticks is wet and gross.
Yeah.
Hopefully you didn't lose too much of it.
I think there's still plenty of soup in there. It's just gross ass
Oh,
packaging.
your ears.
Yes. Corgi.
So,
All right. So being that this is a port town, getting your hands on water breathing potions is not too difficult. They do run 11 gold a piece. If you're wanting to buy some in bulk, you might be able to get a discount.
You might have a decent amount already.
I think you had maybe like 2 a piece.
Yeah. How long did they last?
Double checking that.
If it was like 3 hours, then you know. Probably okay.
For 1 hour.
Maybe not okay then. Maybe need to get more. Maybe not okay
Just
then.
in case things go sideways.
Mm-hmm.
I'll buy
'Cause
3.
you know-
11 gold piece. How much gold did we get from everything? From the thing?
There was another 117 gold and 5 silver.
Per person.
117,
Yeah.
5 silver. Cool. I'll get the 11 apiece, and I'll get 5, I think, of them.
Okay.
I got plenty of money. Which put me at 6 total, and put me down 55 gold. Too gay to do math. Anyway.
I think I'm also going to get 5. And then
it's a good number.
Yeah.
It's just a good number. 62. I wish I was this wealthy in real life. Yeah. Whatever. $55? Nothing.
Think about the number of injuries and murders you've committed to get there.
Fair.
I would be willing to commit those injuries and murders in real life. If I was that wealthy. Don't at me, Patrick. If it means guaranteed wealth, I'd do that.
All right.
We know what Cheeky's next job is gonna be.
Yeah.
A hitman.
Unfortunately, I can't have like the worst hand-eye coordination ever. I'd be such a good hitman if it weren't for the very obvious physical things that make it where it can't be so.
All right.
Hand-eye coordination of a bucket.
You guys have spent the week doing the downtime activities we previously discussed, training skills, learning languages, etc.
Yes.
Kate has acquired her brand new spiffy armor.
Yay!
Oh, yeah.
Will be much harder to hit and much more dangerous.
Indeed.
You from the flower bracelets, you've gotten a sense that Thule is close, and she'll probably arrive in town today.
Yay!
What do you start out your day doing? besides the obvious shopping?
Go and lay in the garden in front of the inn and have a meal for the day. Soak up some sun. Have breakfast, if you will. And commune
Together
with the
for
flowers.
therapy.
Do the flowers tell me any interesting stories while I sit there and commune with them?
So, it is spring. You plant yourself, you open your senses, and you start communing with the flowers, and you start hearing this moaning like sound. At first, you're worried that there's some kind of injury or something, but as it continues, the bees are pollinating the flowers, and the flowers are enjoying it.
See, I think Sephi would just giggle and more be on the side of like, the process of life, how beautiful.
How beautiful.
How
So-
beautiful.
You're listening in on a
On a plant orgy.
plant/pollinator orgy. They're really rather focused on getting well pollinated.
Good for them. I think Sephi would just be like, the wonders of life.
Are you going to interrupt their
Orgy.
flowery coitus in order
Nah,
to get any
I'll
more
just
ask them
no,
any
I'll
questions?
just watch on and be like, the magic
going-
of life.
So you're going to voyeur in. You're going to voyeur
Oh yeah,
on this whole thing.
oh yeah. They're plants. What are they gonna do? Stop me?
Plant porn.
Yeah, exactly. If anything in the world might get Sephi turned on, it may be this, but.
So, being that you are effectively a plant, there are a few bees that decide to check you out.
I don't got any buds though, so they wouldn't be able to do
Yeah,
a
that
whole
was
lot.
going to be the next question. Are there any
Yeah.
buds, or are they just kind of flying around, giving you
They
the
just-
sniff over?
Booping around me.
That depends. Are they leaf cutter bees?
That's true. So, roll for initiative.
Chewing on you.
Roll for initiative.
Right, so the bees fly around you, and the boys be circling. They want to do some pollinating, but you're just not sending off the right signals here.
No baby
Except for that
lashes.
flowery bracelet on your wrist.
That is fair. But it's not a real flower, so would it be like producing?
It's a real flower.
That's fair.
It's not made out of metal or something.
Yeah.
This is true.
So
Winter, where are you?
I believe she just walked in the door.
She posted in the chat a bunch of flower emojis and then an eggplant emoji and then a water droplets emoji with a crying face and then a bee.
So she apparently was paying attention to the plant orgy S.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Yay, winter puppy.
Have a link that I can share.
It's on Molly's Facebook.
On Molly's
And
Facebook.
then
Okay.
there's also twitch.tv/Molly D Mayhem, and we're on YouTube and Twitter as well.
Nice.
I'm looking now to see if I can find it so I can send a link.
Oh yeah, I can
More potatoes.
always type in the chat.
That would help.
All right.
Yeah.
Do you want to fire up your laptop, or how do you want to do it today? Excuse me for one moment.
Okay.
Boop bop.
Okay, whoever's phone had the cute little boop boop boop, that was adorable.
That was very cute.
Mhm.
No.
There it goes again.
All right. Winter will be getting her laptop fired up momentarily.
Woohoo.
All right. So, other than the plant happy time, they don't have anything particularly to volunteer if you're not
Good
going to
for
ask
them.
questions. So, like I said, there is one bee that's trying to figure out if he can pollinate the flower on your wrist. And it is technically a live plant, but it's not, bees tend to be very specific about, only going after the flowers they know. And this
Yeah.
is, not
It's new. It's new. New fun.
yeah, it's new. So
I mean, I think Steffi would just kind of let them do the thing. Maybe give the bee a little like scratch on the head. Let it go about its way.
Bee pets.
Bee pets. Just boop, boop, boop.
if it was probably anybody else, I'd have to have them roll to see if this was going to work out or not. But Seffi loving on a bumblebee is probably not going to be a problem.
Yeah. Give it little head scratches.
Spartan Wolfie said, "Welcome, Kate. Looking lovely like the rest of the group." You haven't got to meet Spartan yet, but Spartan is usually. He was in our chat for a good while, and then he went away for a period of time. I think he just got busy with work and stuff like that.
Probably.
But yay, Spartan's back. So welcome back, Spartan. I think I would like to, if there's like a fireplace or something fire-like, sit by that. Otherwise, maybe I would just light a candle or something in my room and talk to my deity Dahak. And I would say, Dahak, I hope you're listening. I really would like to defeat these terrible people, and I really want your help to do this. I appreciate you listening in on me as much as you have and bringing me Vesta, and Vesta has been phenomenal in my life, and I really hope that I can continue to have more of this phenomenal fire-esque stuff. Thank you, thank you.
Let's see.
Thanks, Boo.
That's all I
Is
got.
the hawk, the dragon god of fire and destruction, paying attention?
Hopefully.
Only marginally.
Darn. That's okay.
It's
That's
probably
nice.
you're getting one of his pages or minions is actually answering his messages for him.
That's okay.
You're getting the answering machine.
That's okay.
Well, get a little bit more than just the answering machine, but you do get a sense of more fire, kill your enemies, great.
Yeah. Cool beans.
Please destroy more things.
Do more fire.
Yep.
Godspeed.
All right. Is Kate going to do anything in particular?
I think her ear is bent. Is your ear bent?
It is. I don't know about on purpose, but it definitely is.
Hey.
I thought it was on purpose.
Sorry.
Thanks for looking out. Kate's done a lot of learning, so she's just practicing her skills and probably beating up a tree somewhere. Whoops. Sorry, Seth.
Yep.
It's okay. As long as you don't kill it. Seffi doesn't.
I won't kill it.
Just don't tell Seffi.
It's a worthy tree. I'm not looking for trees to knock down.
It's
worthy
worthy
enemies.
of being alive.
You're looking for the beefiest
The
tree
trees
out
are
there.
spicy.
Yeah,
I know.
the spicy beast.
The beefy trees. Fight.
All right.
Right.
Okay. Winter.
Yes.
You've gotten the sensation that Tulia will probably be arriving today sometime.
Woo.
What do you start out your day doing?
All right. So it's like the morning we all just woke up.
Pretty much.
Okay. Can I get a recap of last time real quick?
Yes.
Fuck no.
Last session
Just
was
kidding.
mostly the shopping and assessing all of the gear that you'd gotten, and then reaching out to Tulia to ask her to come play taxi service.
Okay. Yeah, that's right.
Mm-hmm.
We had a shortened session, and so we just need to wrap up a bunch of little things.
Mm-hmm.
I feel so used.
Also, do you want to buy any breathing potions?
Yes, because all of us.
Yeah,
buy
you
a lot
should
of
totally
breathing
do that.
potions.
Actually, I can prepare a water breathing spell now that it's a new day and we took a long rest.
Cool, cool.
Oh,
So I'm gonna
neat.
hold on. Let me look at my spell list, which will probably take a while. So, but until then, until I look up my spells, I would like to read more of my ritual books. And
Bobby replied to Winter's flower, eggplant, water sploosh comment and said, "Sexy, sexy game night." And Bobby also said, "Such a sexy crew." Thanks, Bobby. Love you.
Thanks, Bobby.
thanks.
Much love.
So it's about midday.
Wait, I didn't tell you what I was doing.
Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I'm gonna pray to Callistria, and because we stayed in the temple, didn't we?
You got. I don't remember. Steffi had said that she was out front of the inn that they've got rooms at.
Okay.
It might be
So
the temple.
you're-
We probably stayed at the temple. Now thinking about it, I think you're right.
Yeah,
In
I
which
think
case,
it's the temple.
y'all probably got flowers too.
Yep.
Oh God, that's why
Okay.
the flowers were moaning so loud.
That's why they're so
It's
sexy.
Callistria's flowers. No shit.
But you know what? They're the
They're having
best
an
flowers that are
orangey.
like every other temple's flowers. We got the best one.
I mean, you all pollinate
You've at
well
least
enough.
got the horniest flower.
Prolific.
Right?
Got that real good
Prolific
pollination.
flower bed.
Oh my God.
Yeah. So I'm gonna go have sex.
Morning sex.
And yeah,
Valid.
start my day off right, and that's I'm gonna
Get me a daily
devote that
dose of
action.
protein.
Getting my vitamin D. Devote that to my deity and
All right.
use that as like a praying time.
So-
Like, hey, thanks for not killing me yet.
Are you going to go and just boink one of the acolytes at the temple, or are you going to go find somebody in random, specific? If you got anybody in mind?
I'm gonna ask Callistria for a sign if she has an opinion on who I should, what the flavor of the day is.
Okay. Well, you got the inclination that you ought to go out for a walk,
Okay.
and in doing so, you walk past the flower beds where the bees are, having a good time. You can see this silly smirk on Sephi's face as she's watching all of the flower porn.
So is this
Yes.
is this like porn to her?
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, like, mostly I look at it like, oh, the wonder of life, wow! But it's as close as Sephi's gonna get to porn. Porn for Sephi.
So,
Great.
going for a walk, you just kind of randomly turn on this street and that, just seeing where the way takes you.
Mhm.
In the end, you come to a reasonably well-off street. It's probably let's see, a minor noble or merchant's house that's sitting at the end, and you're drawn to it. Now, walking up to the gate, it's closed. There's no guards standing at it. But through the gate, you could see around at the side entrance, there's some delivery men. Looks like they're offloading something or other, household supplies or explosives or whatever the hell they sell over there.
Whatever they do over there.
Right. So you're feel inclined to go and walk around and check out what's going on. Come around to the side entrance. It's clearly where the side yard where they take deliveries for the household, and there are 3 men working on unloading a cart. One guy seems to be standing in the cart and handing things off to another one of the burly men who's, they're getting it unloaded and stacked and ready to carry in. Now, they're working men. It's first thing in the morning, so they're not, over sweaty and icky, but there's definitely an appeal that's going on.
You know, that working man's dick. Karl Marx would be proud of you. That's all I'm saying.
So, are you just going to watch from the gateway, or do you want to go in, or do you want me to tell you a story?
I'll go in. Yeah,
Okay.
story. Do story.
Go in and
Okay.
then tell us a story. She's going in.
Yeah.
She's going in. We're starting there.
Okay.
Wait, hold on.
So,
Before, I just want to say that my water breathing spell lasts the whole day or until the next long rest.
okay.
Dope.
The potions only last for a single hour, so your water breathing spell has more longevity.
Okay, then I will prepare that. Is there any other prepares or any other spells I should prepare specifically?
Can't think of anything to suggest for you. You are headed out to sea, so if you have any good ideas.
Dramamine.
Anti-motion sickness cantrip.
Oh, Spartan said, "Wow, Flower's getting more action than me."
It's gotta be a cute flower, Spartan. Pony up.
Every time I go outside and my car is covered in pollen, I just try not to think about the fact that it's tree jizz.
And I can use water breathing for all 5 of us. So
I actually did learn a fun fact, maybe not as fun fact, that apparently the reason why there's plant jizz everywhere is because in the 50s they're like, I mean, in the 50s, or maybe it was like turn of the century, they were like, only plant male trees because then you won't have the problem of seeds on your like city streets. So they only planted male trees.
That's
That
interesting.
jizz everywhere. So like 2% of the population had allergies at the turn of the century, and now more than 70% do. Because of tree sexism. Even the trees can't escape.
Wow.
That's your fun fact of the day.
Any ability to do like any kind of swim potion since you guys aren't usually in the water might be an idea.
yeah,
Right.
let me look through my spell list. Sorry, go on with the story.
Okay. As you're standing at the gate watching, that's not a guy standing in the wagon. That's a centaur.
Yeah.
Oh, damn.
Yeah.
Oh, damn.
So there are 2 relatively good-looking men, and the centaur is clearly in charge of this operation. It explains why the cart doesn't actually have a spot for horses. He just straps on a harness and pulls it himself.
Yep. She's fucking him.
Oh, yeah. This is gonna be so fun.
So, Vivian, standing there, watching these men work up a little sheen of sweat as they're unloading the crates and so forth. Might be a merchant's house. There's an awful lot of stuff. But these men are jovial and having a relatively good start to their day when one of the young men turns and spots Vivian just leaning up against the gate, watching them. Now, he's a polite young man, and seeing a priestess in her robes, he stops to, takes off his hat really quickly and says, "Excuse me, ma'am, is there anything we can do for you?" Vivian, being in that mood,
Yeah, you down again.
doesn't need to say anything. The smile that she gives off makes very clear the thoughts in her head. Now, the youngest one, he's confused. Apparently, he's never visited the Temple of Callistria.
What a
And
first
so,
time.
Having this obvious priestess based on her garb sashaying towards him in a fashion that clearly indicates her intent in her femininity and accentuating all of the curves in all the places. He's dumbstruck and doesn't know what to do. He's afraid that he's going to get himself into some trouble here. He's like
That's
me.
a good hunch.
He's like me. He's afraid he's misreading the signs and going to do just the completely wrong thing. But his older associate turns to see what it is that he's looking at and recognizes a priestess of Callistria.
So lucky day, buddy.
And he gulps hard. His face goes white. It's quite evident he's not entirely sure what Callistria's business you're here about. Whether he's about to get slapped down for cheating at cards a couple of weeks ago, or slapped around for fun and enjoyment. The last one to notice the priestess is the centaur. Now, this is a large, large man. His coat is midnight black. None of these half whitish colors, spots. No, his horse half is sleek and shiny, seriously well groomed. And the mane of hair that he wears that goes all the way down his back is long and silky, though he does have it braided out of his way so that it doesn't get tangled up when he's actually working. Even if it's a slightly brisk morning, he's still completely shirtless, as most centaurs usually are, and has a large harness of leather straps across his chest. Apparently, this is for him to hook into the wagon, but still gives that impression of power and strength to his form. Being a centaur, his hands and face and everything is just slightly larger than that of the average man, because small hands on a big horse would look silly.
Yeah, that's the reason.
Yeah. I wasn't going to go there, Chief.
That must be it, obviously.
He comes around
With small
to a-
hands, they have small hoofs.
Exactly.
He comes around the cart and stands before the priestess, who, tilting her head to the side, was looking up at him. And a deep, gravelly voice asks, "How may we be of service, priestess?" Vivian decides to actually play it coy this time. Because, hell, it's fun sometimes.
Why not?
She just gives him the finger and gets him to come down. And he bends at the torso. And she whispers in his ear, "I'm bored this morning, and the three of you really look like you could liven up my day."
Is not coy.
In
Well,
what
she
world
didn't
is
say
that
it.
fucking
She didn't yell it
guy?
out loud.
Do I usually yell it out loud?
Hey, you, come over here and have sex with me.
Hey.
Hey, you.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
Hey, you.
Usually I don't have the willpower.
This is true. You get them.
All right, I'll take it.
Go.
So he turns to his associates and says, "Gentlemen, I think you're going to learn something today." And taking Vivian's hand, leads her towards the back door to this estate. Now, upon entering the house, apparently it's unfinished. There are many boxes and crates stacked up here and there, but it doesn't look like anyone lives here. At least not yet. I get the impression that these might be the movers. moving in some person's new possessions as they take residence in the house. Now, the centaur, of course, has to duck and kind of shimmy to get his way through some of the doors, but leads into a grand ballroom. There are a couple of pieces of furniture already sitting here, a couch and some chairs. And as such, he reaches down and picks up Vivian and sets her on the back of a couch. Her ass sitting on high up on the back of it, and her feet kind of dangling onto the cushions, lifting her up into a position where he can plant a quite passionate kiss on her. His hands begin roaming her body as the other men are somewhat dumbstruck by what's going on, not entirely sure what to do with themselves. Norat, the name of the is the name of the centaur that he has whispered into your ear, and informs you. Feel free to scream it at any time you are so inclined. Turns to his apprentices and says, "Have you guys not figured out what to do with a pretty woman yet?" So he starts
Not.
instructing them on what to do. Apparently, this is not his first multi-person engagement.
Wait, I have a question. Sorry.
Go
You know
ahead.
how like the phrase, this ain't my first rodeo?
That was great. Yes.
Carry
So,
on.
First rodeo.
standing behind the priestess, he instructs the young men to, okay, I know she's a priestess of Callistria, but she'll only bite a little bit. So come over
Sexy
here
way.
and give her a kiss. He has to instruct the young men.
They don't
Which
believe
is-
it. They don't believe what's going on.
They're old enough, they've probably been with a woman before, but the scenario that they're having right now is improbable at best in their minds. Slowly, because it seems like he's doing more educating these poor young men than focusing on the priestess, to at least to start with. He's having to instruct them as to what to do with themselves and with her. But it doesn't take that long for them to get into the swing of things. The priestess's robes end up thrown over to the side of the couch as mouths and hands begin roaming each other. The centaur is actually ridiculously gentle for someone as big and strong as he is. His hands roaming over the priestess's breasts because she hasn't given him her name. So far, they're just referring to her as priestess. There's almost an aspect of worship to the way that they're touching you and caressing you.
Good.
As it should be.
Like each one of them is taking part of your body and just spending all of their lavish attention to it, bringing the passion higher and higher. It does come to a point where it's obvious that it's time to actually copulate, and the man finally shuck their pants. They're not insignificant of endowment.
What do centaur pants look like?
I was talking about the humans at this moment.
Oh, okay.
How do centaurs wear pants? Is it this way or is it this way?
I was just wondering.
So
They're
good.
kind of like they're like a very strange set of overalls.
Good on them for doing that, though. You know.
And as the first man takes you, it's quite pleasurable as you sink your nails into his back. Now, he's quite excited and doesn't last just as long as you would like, but the fact that he has a friend to follow up and continue the action is offsets the fact that he was overexcited. Now, as they're wrapping up, the centaur has been very gentle with you, and he whispers in your ear, asking if you're done or if you would like some of him. He's very well aware that sex with him could be challenging at best and damaging at worst.
You've had sex with a god. You fear nothing.
Fear nothing.
Fear nothing. Nothing at this point,
So after
bro.
both of the humans have spent themselves, he repositions you, bend over the couch, and his hooves come up and straddle on either side of your shoulders as the centaur mounts you. And it is painfully stretching. But that pain inside of your own brain is twisted and morphed into something else. An extreme pleasure, even when you slept with the goddess did not enact quite such length as is being shoved into you now.
That makes a lot of sense.
And he is actually quite a tender and gentle lover for all of the size that you're having to deal with. But after a bit, you drive him into a frenzy, screaming and moaning for him to go harder and faster. He's flabbergasted at your reaction, expecting more that you were going to have started and then called a halt to things. But the fact that you are deeply in the throes of passion and wishing to continue drive him into a near sexual fury. You know that you're going to be battered and bruised and quite sore, but this is one of the most thorough fuckings that you have gotten. Definitely, he has the stamina of a racehorse.
Hey,
Yeah.
my guy.
At first, the humans, seeing what's going on, are just standing there awestruck. But it's the younger one that recovers his wits and steps forth and presents his manhood so that you could service him while you're being taken from behind. His friend eventually comes to the side and offers his dick to your hands.
I know you're being taken by a literal horse cock, but you want a dick right now? Fucking men. I mean, you're not wrong. You're not wrong, Patrick. It's them. I'm insulting them. You ain't wrong.
So after a while, finally he does reach his peak and come to an orgasm. And, well, it's buckets worth.
Hey.
A
Excellent.
horse ejaculating is much, and it leaves quite the mess.
Sure that the Temple of Crystria is no stranger to cleaning up semen.
The centaur actually, once you've collapsed beneath him, scoops you up and lays you out on the couch as he instructs his apprentices, go find some cleaning rags. The client's not going to be too happy if they find that their floor is messy.
Time to
As
get
you
the
lay
cum
there,
rags again.
as you lay there, one ankle kicked over the back of the sofa, just in that happy post-coital bliss, and the men wandering around you, cleaning up after all of the um, fluids.
Can't continue.
You do feel that smile of Callistria washing over you. She is quite happy with your morning ritual and actually
I bet
offers
she
a
is.
small blessing to all four of you.
Oh,
Ooh, what's the blessing?
nice.
Um,
Horse cock.
simply one of it of
Horsecock. The horsecock blessing.
Ah, of course.
for the two young men, they are granted increased stamina.
Good for
If
them.
they have girlfriends or whatever, their next encounter will probably be quite satisfying. To the centaur, she actually grants him a minor spell, shrink.
Good for him.
Ooh.
If he has a taste for the humanoids, um, this might help him get laid a little bit more often because very few people can take him the way you did.
Sweet.
And for you, a simple blessing of luck. A +2, you'll have a +2 to use whenever you want to today.
All right.
After you regaining your legs and wandering off, giving them each a kiss on the cheek, you even actually have to wander back into the building to remember to put your clothes back on.
Big mood.
To head off to a rendezvous with your compatriots.
All right. I do have some questions about.
The logistics of a horsecock?
No, no, I do not.
Because Patrick's excited to explain if you'd like.
Does having a sex with a centaur count as bestiality?
No, it's not
Only if you want it
bestiality.
to be.
It's okay. I'm going with no because they are intelligent and
Okay.
able to consent.
The thing that makes
Yeah.
bestiality bad does not
Apply here.
apply here. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, heard that.
Consent is important.
Yeah, they can consent. Heard that. Cool.
Yeah.
My questions are answered.
Exactly.
What were your questions, Winter?
Okay, I have a lot because I have a lot of spells pulled up that I thought might be useful.
Ah,
But the first question is, okay, so for the Falgan, we're fighting them again. Is it specifically the Falgan that we're going to be fighting?
you don't know. You know that there are the Falgan were created by the cult leader. You're going to fight the cult leader. There's a reasonable probability that they will have some of those with them.
Winter's
the
on a
cult
mission to fuck
leader-
every race
hold
in
on.
D&D. A thread.
Is the cult leader human?
All indications were yes.
Okay. Do they speak a different language?
The Falgan,
Yes.
you have not heard them speak, but they are mutated from people. So whatever their initial languages are, if they retain their minds at all, they probably speak that same language.
Okay. Have we seen in the past, like an object they're holding, like an object of value that they've been using?
The Falgan?
Yeah.
No.
Are they, wait, hold on, not that one. Are they like diseased or cursed?
Cursed, mutated, yes.
Okay. Have we seen them invisible?
No.
Okay.
Though it is always possible somebody could cast invisibility on them.
Mm-hmm.
The key thing that you have seen happen with them is that sometimes targeted magic reflects off of them in a random direction.
Gotcha. Are they, oh crap, what was I going to say? Give me a second. Oh yeah, do we know their alignment?
Not you do not know them in particular, though based on the actions of the cultist and the demonologist, they're probably going to be some kind of evil. Their twisted nature also kind of implies chaos, but you don't have any for sure on that. But those kind of sound reasonable.
Or
Okay.
plausible.
And all of these are, it's like a religious thing for them.
Yes.
Okay.
The Falgan, as you know, as you understand it, they were all people who were captured, used as sacrifices, and mutated to create these creatures who are somehow being controlled by the cult leader. So
Okay.
the magics involved do involve the transformation, control, and very well may have twisted their minds as well as their bodies.
Okay. Um, okay. Sorry, I'm going through the rest of my spells that I have pulled up to see if I have any more questions. That's a rough spell that I found, but it's not going to be useful for what we're doing. But
All right. I will continue on with the narrative until you've come up with specific questions.
sounds good.
Excellent.
All right. It's about midday when all of you who are wearing the bracelets feel a tug from Tulia. This leads you towards, go figure, a bar.
Ah! You know, you do what you do.
So apparently Tulia has made it into town, and you arrive once again at the lighthouse. That bar that sits on top of the what was it? The cave, the small but and not particularly reputable whorehouse underneath. But it is definitely a seafarer's bar. They have a few rooms for rent for those, with enough coin to actually get a room for the night. But for the most part, they're a drinking establishment.
Can I, sorry,
Go ahead.
I was going to wonder if I can make a few bottles of holy water.
Yes, you should have time to bless enough water for
Hey!
for 4 vials.
Thank you.
That's my dice, not yours.
I assume you're talking to the cat.
Yeah, she tried to knock my dice off the table.
A tissel. A
You
tissel.
So, going inside, you see Tulia sitting at a table with, her baldric of or bandolier. Her bandolier of throwing knives hung across her chest. She's acquired herself a fairly nice hat.
It's sitting on the seat next to me.
Good stuff.
And she has a mug of something or other sitting in front of her. And I will assume that you approach and have a seat.
Yes.
Who's going to speak up first?
I'll go.
Yeah,
Tulia!
Steffi's probably like
Yeah.
just gonna run.
Run up to her and give her a hug. If the bar stool is tall, give her a hug around the leg. If it's not super tall, give her like a hug around the neck.
She's at a table with regular height chairs.
A glomp, then it is.
You get the pat on the head. What's funny is on my screen you're actually right underneath me, so I can right on your head. It's so cute.
Big hug and snuggle and nuzzle. A genuine glomp for all those who remember that period in history.
Once upon a time in another world.
In another world of anime and stuff.
All right.
Glomp swirfing.
So remember that Tulia has no idea why you've called to her. She only knows that you mentally asked her to get you a boat.
Well, Tulia, I am very glad that you decided to come on back. I'm sure you've been off plundering lots of other things, but we kind of need your help right now to take a boat to capture these really crazy fucking cultists who have been turning people into fucking fish people. And do you know what I mean by fish people? You know what I'm talking about? Upper half, blue, blue, blue. Bottom half, 2 legs.
2 legs. Oh,
This is what they look like. Bloop, 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 bloop. Okay.
Guys, stop.
And this town, you know, they're fucking over it, and you know what? We are too. So, as you see here, we got this new friend. Her name's Kate. Don't worry about her as big and beefy as she is. She seems a little nice, I don't know. They tried to turn her, and she has a vengeance on them, and she's down to kill the cult leader, so we gotta take these people out. But honestly, we really need your help, so I'm glad you showed up. Another round for beers on me.
Yay!
Yay.
To make Tulia happy.
So, Tulia, do you have any questions you're going to ask your friends?
Fish people?
Yeah. Bloop,
Yeah.
bloop, bloop. 2 legs.
I mean, I think Callie's, synopsis was made it pretty obvious.
Her interpretive dance of the Falgan.
Yep.
I've had.
Name-
Okay, so that's what the Falgan are is
Yeah.
Mutant fish people.
okay. But they're the fish people that actually have the 2 legs and can walk on land as opposed to the merfolk.
Correct. These are not merfolk. These are Falgan, which are terrible,
Falgan.
disgusting, fish-headed, 2-legged creatures that want to kill us, that were created by some stupid fucking crazy-ass cultists.
This is true.
Okay.
So, Tulia, roll for sea lore.
29?
Okay, you've heard of the Falgan. They have been a curse upon the waters that rears its ugly head every now and then. Sometimes they get relegated to myth, other times people have run into them. The last 10
One of
years,
times.
there have definitely been more sightings, and you've actually seen one. You and your other sailing friends were having commercial negotiations with a ship you just happened to stop. And while you were in the middle of that, 3 of them came up over the side and tried to steal the cargo that you were trying to steal.
Damn fish people.
Right.
Back in fish people.
Having already disarmed the crew of said ship that you'd captured, the pirates had to fight them off. Your one shipboard mage decided to throw a magic missile at them, It bounced off and hit the captain of the ship that you were on, knocking him into one of the water barrels. He survived, but it was very embarrassing for everyone. You and the pirates did manage to dispatch the three Falgan, um, and it's apparently very bad luck to run afoul of these things. And many of your more superstitious crew members were offering up um, tokens and prayers to the whichever gods that they picked to hopefully offset the bad luck they had just run into.
Awful brave of you to assume that they were more superstitious than I am.
I didn't say that they were more superstitious than you, just more superstitious than the average bloke.
I'm leading the church service after that encounter.
You know what? On second thought, never mind. Yep.
Uh-huh.
So, you do have a general idea of what the Falgan are, and you've seen them in action. You've fought one or two.
What does it take to kill them?
Much stabby.
Okay.
Mostly stabbing.
Do
They're
they
not
have resistance from the magic like thing?
basically they've got the ability to occasionally reflect magic.
Okay.
And it doesn't just, go straight back to the caster. It just kind of goes which way.
So it's a chaotic magic.
It's like a chaotic magic shield, yes.
Okay.
Now, you've just been informed that you're going after a cult leader who has been creating these things that are bad luck in and of themselves. That begs the question of where you're going.
How much bad luck can one trip have? Seriously.
Well, when your friends tell you about the location, these be cursed waters.
These be cursed waters.
Fuck, I'm gonna need more to drink for this.
Any excuse, really.
The location that you're headed to is in a center of a ring of small islands. And just about every seafaring person knows you don't go inside that ring. You go around it. It's very little good comes of it. Some people have gone across that to, shave a day off of their travels, and they've been okay. Others haven't been heard from. Others, mysterious things have happened. In the way all superstitions work.
Have you ever heard of the Bermuda Triangle?
This one's more of a circle than a triangle.
I think we got the same concept going here, though.
So, this is where your friends want you to take them. And apparently there is a sunken temple in the middle of said archipelago.
Of course it's in the middle. Where else would a sunken temple in the middle of, haunted water? Nah.
Yep.
Why are we going here again?
Because otherwise, Winter will die. Or something worse.
Well,
We saved your ass with the Pumpkin King, so you owe us a favor.
Yeah, Sephi would communicate it with looking really, really sad and pointing at the two of them and making prolonged eye contact with Kate, who has given me pets now, so she's my new best friend.
I don't have to do with you anymore. You can have her.
I'm not letting go.
Stephanie went and turned herself into a battle corgi
Yeah.
and ended up sitting on Kate's shoulder for like a couple of days.
It was great. We had a wonderful
I
time.
like to sleep on me a lot.
Bond. That picture is still like the cutest thing I've ever seen.
I know.
Good night, Aunt Julia. We did some pictures in the winter, in the winter times, one of which I was sleeping on Juliet. It was very cute.
Do we know where we're going?
Yes, you
Okay.
have you have a sea chart that points out your destination.
Awesome. Then I will get rid of my navigation spells that I had pulled up.
So we do have a good map.
But you go.
Yes.
Sweet.
Does the map cover anything inside? I mean, if we get very few people coming from it, do we have any like magical mapping technology to map the islands inside of the circle? Or is that just a blank spot on the map?
It's just a blank spot on the map.
I was afraid of that.
Pretty much there's an X drawn over the center saying, here's what you're looking for.
An X marks the spot.
Okay.
Now, from what you guys want to provide full disclosure, or are you going to leave her in the dark on some stuff?
I mean, we'll give full disclosure. That always works out really well for us, historically speaking.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, keep the pirate in the dark. That's a good idea.
Yeah, I'm like, we've
Now,
never lied.
yeah.
It's worked out really well so far, so.
We want the least loyal one of us to be on our side, at least for a little bit.
This is very true. Anything we can give Tulia to not just leave us hanging in our
So,
time of greatest need.
apparently what's going on here is this cult leader has some demigod, beast, creature, thing, demon, whatever, that was trapped in a temple, and then the temple sunk long time ago, and he's trying to release it and rule the world. You know, that old shtick.
What is it with everybody wanting to rule the world? This place is not that great.
And the amount of paperwork involved in ruling it, no thanks.
That's fair. That's a lot of responsibility.
I would just go for a very small kingdom, and I would delegate the bureaucracy to others while I just drank and hoard.
Stalking.
I'd be Robert Baratheon.
Nice. Always.
So going to have to get down to this sunken temple. There's probably going to be traps and wards and things and stuff, as well as others that the cultist and potentially some of her minions, that are maybe trying to stop you and prevent you from preventing them. I think that covers most of the details. There have been bunyips, which are shape-shifting mer creatures that they're kind of like a cross between a wolf and a sea lion.
They're called what?
Bunyip.
Isn't that a Pokemon?
This is a standard creature in the Pathfinder world.
Okay. I think that's also a Pokemon.
Probably.
Yes, it is. It's a little beaver.
That one's much cuter. Much cuter.
Much cuter. So I like to imagine the bunyips as cute.
Stephanie just likes to imagine that everything's cute.
I could definitely so cute. I exude cuteness inside and out.
And also the cult leader has in the past summoned up a water elemental. It used the water elemental as an escape hatch to a getaway when our friends were surrounding her. So all of this conversation is going on, and there seems to be a disagreement happening over at the bar.
Can we hear any what's going on from where we are?
You can definitely see the disagreement and the raised voices, though the content of their argument is not clear. But having drawn attention to themselves, you look over and there are two Royal Navy sailors.
Shit.
And one of them is glaring daggers at your table.
But like, why though, buddy? I gotta be like this. You could just be cool.
21 perception. Can I tell which one of us they're looking at?
You.
I'm like, it's almost certain, but
I have to roll it anyways.
Yes.
time to go skip town and beat up some daddies.
The
So,
sailors,
what y'all wanted. Is now a good time? I hope you packed.
the sailors,
Constantly ready.
see you looking at them,
Ugh,
and they leave.
the fuck? Oh shit, they're going for backup. All right, guys. So
Oh no.
wanted to leave.
No.
Today's a good day, right?
Today's a good day.
Great.
Steffi just starts to clap.
All right.
Adventure!
So you get up from your table. The barman says that he'll get your change for your drinks momentarily, as he's pouring somebody else's drink.
So
And
I grab my bag and my hat, and I flip him a silver piece and tell him to keep the change.
he's a little surprised. That's not usually the behavior of his clientele. So you head out and head towards the docks, I assume?
Yup.
Okay. Well, you are about halfway to...
As I'm running, I'm flipping my coin. As I'm headed out the door, single flip.
Absently or with intent?
With intent. That was...
Heads or tails?
I'm trying to remember which.
Heads is good, tails is bad.
We got heads.
Okay.
Yay.
By one.
Yikes.
Yeah.
Julia, flipping the coin that she had won from a game at the Temple of Luck.
No, I got this from the Pumpkin King.
Oh, that's right.
The Pumpkin King.
You got that from the Pumpkin King. So I can't see what's on it.
It's a doubloon.
Ah, yes.
The cross on one side and the shield on the
Shield
other.
on the other.
Yep. So that was heads.
So running off from the, or walking quickly from the inn, you see 6 naval sailors and at least 1 officer turn and go into the bar as you're walking briskly away.
Bye.
You're a few more buildings away, maybe a block, when you hear a holler behind you. Your luck gave you a good head start on them.
As I go around the corner, I flip my hat on.
Okay. Tulia puts on her fancy new hat. And who are you today?
I'm gonna take on the image of one of the deckhands that I saw earlier, just a young boy.
Okay. So Tulia suddenly gets smaller and clothes much more ragged. Clearly, she's now the cabin boy.
Don't
You
get
know
any-
that you can. Did you know that we can do this? Like, did we know that?
Nope, this is new.
Steffi would definitely just be like. I'd be doing the pointing thing, like, anybody else see this? Is this just me? Am I hallucinating?
Behind you, you hear the sound of running footsteps and hollers of halt, stop, etc., etc.
Steffi will turn into mangy mutt dog and stand next to Tulia. Well, if Tulia maybe knows something that I don't, if she's like transformed into a cabin boy, maybe I should transform too.
I just look down at you and go, when did you learn that trick?
Bark, and my accusatory bark is, when did you learn that trick? You would never.
As the sailors come around the corner, they surround your party. Unfortunately, the fire sorceress, the half orc, half giant, and the priestess, they do stick out, and so they were pointed out to um, their squad mates as they come around.
Sucks to be you three.
I have a question.
Go ahead.
Never mind. Well, okay, this is kind of unrelated, but I was gonna ask if I do a spell in like preparation, can I take a rest to regain that one spell slot?
No, you only get so many given in a given day.
Okay.
Um, so the officer, the Royal Navy officer, steps up and addresses the three adults. Don't forget, Thwack is here with you.
Technically an adult.
There's also the silent type armed guy who just stands behind the priestess and looks very intimidating. You, that sailor that was with you earlier at the bar, where did they go?
What sailor?
The woman with the bandolier of knives. You were. These two men say they saw you drinking with her back at the lighthouse.
Yeah. We had a drink and then we went separate ways.
I'm gonna use Confabulator.
Okay.
And basically lie my ass off to these guys. And say, yeah, I saw a woman with a bandolier of knives. She looked a little shifty. I think I saw her take off that way and point towards the other set of, the other end of the docks. One of the ships up that way.
Okay. What is your roll?
Is a 24. Because I get a +4 on that.
They get a +4, or you get a +4?
I get a +4.
So you got a nat 20?
No, okay, so
natty?
19. I can't math.
Got a straight natty? Aw, sad.
No, I got 15 +4.
No straight natties for us.
No.
That's
okay.
Next time. Sorry, I'm trying to do some. I'm being personally victimized by my computer. I just want you to know.
One of the sailors that saw you is giving you the side eye, but he's not going to speak in place of the officer.
I kind of poof up a little bit. I step kind of in front of Tulia and poof up. Because I'm Tulia's dog. That's what dogs do.
Oh, wait, I did that roll wrong?
Go ahead.
I'm supposed to roll plus my deception, and then they get reduce the circumstance bonuses a target gains for your attempts to create a diversion from 4 to a 2. So they drop 2 points, and
okay.
I should have added my deception to it, which actually puts me at 29.
Okay.
Sorry, it's one of my new ones I'm still trying to figure out.
Okay, so that one sailor's still giving you the shit. He's looking at you, questioning. The officer is looking in that direction, and he does order his men to spread out. You go that way in case she doubles back. You two over there, and the rest of you follow me. So, depending upon which route you take to the docks, you're probably going to run into at least one to two of them again.
Okay.
If there's a possibility.
Well, I'd say basically go opposite direction that he's taking the big party.
Okay. Well, he's taking the big party the direction you pointed, which was the opposite direction of where you said you were going.
Cool. I'm heading more towards the empty end of the docks.
Okay. Heading that direction, you're within sight of the docks. When that one sailor who didn't believe you steps out in front of you. I think you know where she actually is, and you're going to meet up with her, aren't you? He gets right in front of you. He's
So
got
close.
his call whistle right at his lips.
Let's see. Deception is a 630. And you know, as this, younger boy, it's like, all right, yes, I know where she is. Look, she paid me a couple of coins to not tell you guys. Um, she doubled back. She said she had some business to take care of back at the um oh my god, the mall. Shopping.
The
Market.
shopping.
Shopping place.
At the market.
Thank you. I was doing so good.
I've got my eye on all of you. Now, this is a very junior sailor. He's a little bit sharper on the uptake than some of the others, but he also doesn't have as much pull as you'd like to believe he does.
Sad puppy eyes. Believe us, sir.
Yeah, I'm basically a young kid just trying to make a couple of extra, and if he asks me what I'm doing with this group, I'll be telling him the same thing. They're paying me to, give him an escort. I know the area.
Well, I'm going to remember all of you. I'm telling my sergeant about you. He gives all of you the "I got my eyes on you" gesture before he goes trotting off.
I'm just gonna roll my
I
eyes.
yip as he goes trotting off.
So he got a nat
I roll
20
an
to disbelieve your first bullshit, and then a 8 on the second time. So you arrive at the docks. There are one large merchant vessel, kind of a barge. Clearly, this is intended for plying trade directly up and down the coast, not going out into the wide strait that separates this kingdom from the continent next door. Some people refer to it as the river, but it is much more in width than any river ever has been. It is probably a good 5 days to sail across this. So it's not something that people undertake lightly. And the weather here can be quite unpredictable.
Yikes.
Storms tend to blow in from the east, and when they do, they can be bad. Hence the reason why so many sailors pray to the storm god.
Not me, please. Somebody else's ships. Thanks.
Right.
Somebody else, please.
But this end of the docks, aside from that barge, not a whole lot going on here. Clearly, further down the beach are the naval docks, but you're nowhere close to that. And at the other end is a little bit more upscale, little nicer docks, where there's some larger ships that clearly intended for crossing the strait.
All right. Well, we'll head to one of the docks that's open.
Apparently, one of the dock hands just kind of gives you a side eye, wondering what you're doing on an empty dock. But aside from that, you're adventurers. You are always doing weird shit. Go ahead.
Anybody have any reactions to the empty dock? There's no ship here.
Somebody steal your ship.
Tulia, what's going on here? You're a small child,
Sniff.
okay?
Sniff, sniff.
And you take us to an empty fucking dock. Are you just fucking with us? Are you even Tulia? Are you a fucking shapeshifter?
Where the fuck is your boat, Tulia?
What the fuck?
So I reach into my bag and I pull out a bottle. And it's a ship in a bottle.
Oh shit! No wait. Vivian loses her shit. She's very excited about the ship in the bottle.
Okay, yeah, this is neat, and I'm glad that you found some kind of cool fucking souvenir on your travels. What the fuck does this have to do with your stupid fucking missing boat? What the fuck?
Where'd you get this? Could I get one?
I just
Where-
look up at Tatiana.
Flips table, walks away.
Vivian, stop asking touristy fucking questions.
It's so cool. This was in a bottle and now it's not. How did it get in the bottle? How did it get out? Who knows? Where can I get one?
Yeah, I look like this little 12-year-old boy and I'm just like, shh. And I pop the cork on the bottle, and as soon as I do, we now have a ship sitting in front of us.
I will shove this bottle up your ass, Vivian.
Not much of a
Steffi
ship.
just kind of runs around the dock, barking and yapping happily and wagging her tail.
But sitting in the water, bobbing in the water, right off of the dock,
is my sloop.
Is a sloop. It is a single-masted sailing vessel. It could probably comfortably have a crew of 6.
And on the side, you see the name painted. It says Escape.
Ah! Beautiful.
Amazing.
I do want to clarify before we get on the boat that I cast pet cash to put Zombird in my void. And is Carradine able to come onto the boat?
Yes, there is a storage section underneath. There's a words with English. There is a small section for the hull, not hull. The place where they put the cargo hold. There we go. There is a small cargo hold that can be doubled up to put extra people or obviously cargo.
I've got 6 hammocks. Anything beyond that, they got to figure out for themselves.
The boat is sized that Tulia can mostly operate it by herself, but this really ought to be crewed by 2 to 3 people.
It's questionable when I sail myself.
So, how many people here have nautical, sea lore, sailor skills, anything?
Me. I grew up in a fishing village.
I was a dock worker for a long time.
All right.
That is true.
We should be friends. I don't currently have any, actually. So
Yeah.
I need some.
We're not friends.
Steffi's your friend.
He's everyone's friend.
Steffi's okay. The bar might be low, but you go over it, okay? You managed to clear it.
But I don't have anything on my character sheet that says I have fisher lore, but I assume I do because of my background.
We will say that you have, based on the fact that your father was the baron that oversaw another port town, you've had some experience with pleasure sailing. Mostly as a passenger, but once or twice you were told, here, hold the wheel. You know what sails are for and how they're supposed to work, that kind of thing.
So, would you say, I am at least, trained in that skill, or I have some points in that skill?
We'll give you just a simple +1.
Everything else is, +9 and +4 for, things I haven't even heard about.
Right. So this is going to be, but you haven't put any skill and training into it yet.
Yeah, but I have, a +4 in acrobatic. Oh, wait, never mind. I have a feat that lets me have a +4. Okay.
Right.
So I know just about as much as
you
sailing
have the
as
untrained
acrobatics.
thing?
Yep.
Then you get the +4 in. You get that +4 in your in seamanship.
Yeah, and train should cover that.
Seamanship, you say?
Yes.
Fantastic.
Seamanship. All kinds of seamanship.
Depends upon how you spell that. You have different bonuses.
So do I
Hey,
get both?
hey, I like that.
Situationally, yes.
Woo.
Mint.
All right. But I only get +4.
So,
I'll take it.
Kate, on the other hand, has spent plenty of time on ships, and is quite going to be quite handy.
Cool. Well, since I don't know that yet, because technically I haven't actually met Kate, and we don't have any of the bond or anything.
Yeah.
I'm gonna start prepping the ship myself.
Okay.
Basically, as I'm going around, I'm gonna kind of like, hey Tatiana, here, hold this rope, and just like walk off, and and I'll do the same to Viv and Kate as well. As like, okay, here, hold this, help me do this, as I'm tying things down and moving it, and just having them like take pressure off ropes and stuff like this.
Well, while watching that, Kate actually starts doing the appropriate tasks with said rope.
Nice.
She demonstrates that she is highly competent on board a ship.
Yeah.
Vivian, she's got some decent competence. She's figuring out what's going on.
Kate is helping Vivian. She can tell that she's trying and helps.
Sephi, do you try and do anything other than be cute?
I'll probably transform back into Sephi, number one, because we're out of danger now.
Not out of danger yet. We haven't left port.
Touche. I'd probably try to go help somebody else, aid them in their tasks as much as one can with being a dog. Being a sentient dog. So like if they need help pulling ropes or something like that.
Okay.
Much as one can as a sentient dog.
It's just tug of war for you at that point.
Yeah, tug of war. I go fetch things. Come on, Sephi. Go get the Allen wrench. Go get the Allen wrench, Sephi. Good, Sephi.
All right. Everyone roll perception.
I got a... Boop.
29.
29 as well.
What do I add to it?
A D20 and the perception number that's on your paper.
Okay.
21.
Okay.
Oh, and Tatiana, I'm gonna look at you. No fireballs. Not on my ship.
Well, I would never hit the ship that I'm standing on with a ball of fire.
Accidents either.
What are those?
Shit gets crazy, but not that crazy.
I got a 25.
Okay. Thwack is looking over the side of the boat at the water, and you could see he's not feeling very confident about this.
Do goblins float?
I've never been in anything bigger than a stream, so I can dog paddle.
That's
Damn
a
dog.
mood.
So can Sephi.
That's
What's your
a
point?
mood.
Um,
Sephi just floats like a like a leaf on the top of the river.
Everyone's perception is high enough that the squad of a dozen men coming down the docks towards you is kind of obvious.
Fuck.
Oh no.
We went fast enough. God damn.
Good thing I kept being a dog.
Yeah, because they're after a plant.
Dog. Or yeah. After the plant was the one who's being sketchy.
Yes.
Yep.
Totally.
So,
Yes, plants.
as the captain of this vessel, Tulia, roll me your seamanship.
I actually never wrote down a seamanship skill. I don't know which one would work.
Just tell me what you got on the die.
14.
Okay.
I'm a pirate that didn't actually write seamanship down.
Because they don't have a specific
Yeah.
skill for that. It's one of those we have to add.
Kind of stupid.
They
I mean,
don't
I've got a plus 11 on my sea lore.
Mm-hmm. You managed to get the boat pushed away from the docks and flip your coin of luck. See which way the wind's blowing.
Heads.
It's blowing in the right direction. So it manages to push, starting to push you away from the docks as opposed to, you're going to have to row or something.
Oh, good.
Now, clearly they weren't expecting there to be a boat here for you to try and escape on. And so they didn't come prepared for that.
What are their weapons?
In hand, you see some crossbows, melee weapons, and there's a couple of guys who are carrying harpoons.
Okay. Can I tell how close we are to being within range?
By the time they get to the docks, you are actually within range to be shot at by both the crossbows and thrown harpoons.
We are or are not?
You are.
Okay.
Nobody's got anything in which they can, swing aboard the ship or anything like that.
But they can still hit us.
Right, which they are preparing to do.
Vivian, you got anything to throw a shield around this thing or something like that?
My spells.
It's in the world. Ooh,
just a
I
second.
might have a spell. Would obscuring mist keep them from finding us?
Why, yes, this would be an excellent time for that particular spell.
Beautiful.
Do I have to roll for it?
I don't believe so.
That's good, because I got a nat one. I was like, oh no!
So you cast your spell, and the water and a mist quickly rises from the bay. Now it's only in your immediate vicinity. It's not like an entire fog bank filling
Yeah.
the entire bay.
But it's hard to find us now. Harder to find us now.
Typically, they can just aim at the mass.
So, Tulia, give me your sea lore. Roll a sea lore skill.
27.
It's quite evident that evasive maneuvers are called for. And so taking the helm, you not piloting straight away, but making it to where the ship's not going to be where they expect to be would be an appropriate course of action.
Cool. Kate, I'm going to ask you to go up in the rigging.
You
Yeah.
being Kate or?
Out of everybody here, you know what you're doing, so I'll have you basically making sure that the sails are tight, and I will steer.
Got you. Can do.
You hear 3 crossbows fire off. None of them actually come, nothing even hits the ship.
I will turn back into a Sephi now.
Though apparently either something gave away your position or somebody's that lousy of a throw, but one of the javelins does actually come into the vicinity of the ship. Though it just stabs harmlessly into the deck.
That's good.
Do they have a rope attached to it.
Yes.
Someone want to cut that for me? I'm at the wheel, so I'll just call
Yeah.
out.
Seffi will take her dagger and slice it. When she sees
You
it hit the
did-
deck. She's
did
watching
feel
really
that-
carefully.
The rope was starting to get a little tight, as it apparently the length of rope had been playing out, and somebody had just grabbed a hold of it to start, trying to pull back. As you slice it, and you hear a curse as somebody splashes and goes into the water.
Bah. Idiot.
So you are now sailing away from the dock in a small, light, fast schooner.
I
Sloop,
call
excuse
back
me.
to the
Yeah,
shore.
sloop.
You'll always remember this is the day you almost caught. Ah, never mind. Nobody knows who I am, anyways.
Clearly somebody does. It wouldn't be here.
Trying to roll my d20.
Now,
No, no.
And Seffi would actually say that. Clearly somebody does.
now, off to port is the military docks. There are 3 ships in dock right now. 2 of them are large frigates.
Forget.
One of them is simply a courier vessel.
No.
Looking back where you came from, you can see the squad of men running towards the docks, to the military docks.
Oh no.
Julia, check your luck.
Heads.
All right. The port commander doesn't think that you're worth sending out a ship just to try to catch one pirate.
Valid.
No one's worried about me. No one knows who I am.
They would have to try and get the courier underway, and they use that for emergencies, so you don't qualify. So obviously there's an argument between the harbor commander and the officer who's trying to chase you down. But you manage to get away reasonably well.
Take off my hat, give a flourished bow. Tuck my hat into a nice safe spot for later.
So it's going to be at least 4 days sailing to get from the capital to the archipelago, where the archipelago, however you pronounce that word, where the sunken temple is. Now the weather on the first day was actually fairly nice.
Yay.
Day 2, the weather is starting to turn.
No.
And by day 3, it's gotten downright ugly.
No.
Thwack is absolutely no help here. He is seasick as can be. Goblins are supposed to be green, but
that is not an
He's
natural
looking pretty green. Yeah.
yeah, that's he's gotten like a pale, sickly color of goblin green. You basically only see him out of his hammock when he's coming up onto deck to heave ho.
That poor chap.
So, the storm is getting bad. This small vessel, while it's fast and it's sturdy, it's getting blown around like all hells.
The smaller it is, the more you feel the waves.
So, those of you with some level of seamanship, please give me a roll and tell me how you're doing.
All
Nice,
hands
Seffi.
on deck.
Seffi has grown a vine that's wrapped around one of the ropes and is just holding on.
Also, if anybody has any weather spells, that might behoove you.
Do I add proficiency to sea lore, or do I add the number that's in the box next to it?
The number that's the total number that's next to it.
Okay. I rolled a 19.
Okay. That's your grand total?
Yes.
Okay. Tulia?
28.
Okay. Vivian?
Not letting me roll my dice. Hold on.
Okay.
Roll the dang dice. Give me a second. Can somebody roll a dice for me? My dice roller is literally
it.
like, thank you.
Yay.
How does a 19 sound?
That sounds great. 24 in total.
Good. The three of you are doing the best that could be imagined to keep this ship righted and pointed in the right direction as the waves and wind buffet you around.
Good.
But it's very clear that you're going to need to find some shelter soon, or you're going to be using those water breathing potions sooner than you planned.
For
Yikes.
Tatiana and Thwack, this was not what they planned, isn't it?
No. It's not their ideal terrain.
Fire sorceress in the middle of the ocean. That's
Yeah,
a good idea.
Not their ideal terrain, I'd say.
Yeah.
No.
Tulia, you know you've been blown off course, and so you don't even quite know where you are. And in the storm, you can't take your bearings.
If the storm's buffering us or buffeting us that badly, then the really only thing we can do is stay afloat, wait for the storm to pass, and then we can try and figure out where we are then. There's not much else can be done.
In the distance, you do see a dark outline. It could simply be a set of rocks sticking up out of the water. Could be an island, not entirely sure what it is. But at the very least, it may give you something to give you a little bit of shelter.
Perfect.
I'm gonna try and keep a wide berth around it as I steer and try and steer into the waves as much as I can.
Okay.
And see if I can make my way around to the far side and see if that helps to block some of the wind and stuff like this. But I'm gonna give it as wide a berth as I can.
Okay, so
I don't
there's any.
I don't want to run aground.
Okay. Give me another seamanship roll.
22.
Okay. It is enough to avoid the hazards.
Can you say that last part one more time? My screen froze and I didn't hear what you said.
That is enough to avoid the hazards.
Thank you.
And as you get closer, it is a small island, maybe 300 to 400 feet across. But in the dark, you can see that there definitely are buildings on this island, though you're not seeing any lights come from it.
Hi, Andrew. Thanks for joining in the chat. Uh, Theo said Thwack is Ravenclaw and he knows it.
Thwack is definitely more Slytherin.
Probably. Sorry I disappeared for so long. I think I'll be okay now.
No worries.
No
It's
problem.
okay. We
Do what
decided
you
you
gotta
and
do.
Thwack were seasick.
Yeah, like, this is not y'all's
I
ideal
was.
terrain.
I was definitely seasick for a few minutes. I might be okay soon.
No.
Fire sorceress in the middle of water is probably not the best combo.
Not the best thing.
Pulling the ship around to the west side of the island offers you the most protection.
Excellent.
There is a building on top of a high bluff that clearly it breaks the wind. And while you're still getting rattled around a bit, after dropping anchor, you know that your ship is not going to um, get sunk out from underneath you unless something else goes wrong. The storm rages throughout the rest of this night and into the next day. The skies are a little bit lighter during the day, and you can make out what is on this island a little bit better in the rainstorm. It is a lightly treed island with what appears to be a fortress on it. There are three segments of a building with crenellated battlements atop it. Um, there is a beach on the south end of the island as well as on the north. From the position you're at, and you are right in the shadow of its tallest tower.
Okay.
It doesn't look to be falling apart, just there's no signs of anyone being here.
Can we get any sense for how old this outpost is, just from a distance?
You're probably 100 yards away, and the construction looks a little older style, but not too much. This place is probably no more than 100 years old.
Okay. All right. Well, since the weather's calmed down and we've got at least 2 people in our group that are not taking to the sea as well as, one would hope,
It's just not their jam, Neil.
I will suggest that we take my dinghy and explore the island for a little bit. We can, see if there's anything worth provisioning with, since we really didn't get a chance to grab any decent provisions.
All right. Well, from your position, you can see there's a boat. There's at least a beach that you could land on to the north of you and to the south. The rock cliffs that are immediately to the east of you, they're not. There's nothing really you can do. There is a small battlement that's built out in the side of the cliffs, halfway up, but you're not going to easily reach them from waterline.
So then, did we anchor on the east side of the island?
You're on the west side of the island. So if I said that backwards, you're on the west side. To the east of you is the buildings.
Okay, and the cliffs.
Yes.
Okay, so we got 50-50 choice, north-south island.
Yep, they're decent-sized beaches that you could easily pull a dinghy up onto.
All right. Luck of the coin. Which island do I go to? And we've got heads. So I'm gonna head to the North Island.
Okay.
The
North Beach.
North side.
Okay. So pulling your dinghy up onto the north beach, you do see a little bit of debris on this beach. There is, some flotsam that's washed ashore. Most of it just looks like trash that probably the storm has been blowing around. One notable thing is there's a barrel.
Does it have rum in it by chance?
You don't know yet.
Does it look about the size of a butt?
Does it maybe have rum in it?
It is an average hobbit fitting sized barrel.
That sounds bigger than a butt.
Can't remember if a butt was a regular barrel or a small one.
It's the medium-sized one.
Okay.
I'm going to carry on like one shoulder.
Okay. So about, a keg sized.
Yeah. That's
Everyone, give me a perception check.
I got a 19.
26.
37.
Nice. So it's about
25.
rum. That's why.
20.
About rum.
Is it wrong?
There's a mild oddity to this barrel.
Is it from the
It-
East India Trading Company? I don't like them.
It does not have any stamps on it that you can see. It's also not weather worn.
Huh? Okay, you magic people, do you guys want to come check this out? Cause that's questionable to me.
It's kind of sketch.
Yeah, I'm not. Mm-mm.
I might go closer and do another perception, looking for any like markings, and also like detect magic if I can detect any magic
Okay.
off of it.
How close do you get to do your checking? It depends upon how much information you get.
Probably slightly over a foot away.
Over a
Four.
foot away.
14 to 16 inches, just in case it's a bomb.
Okay.
And that is a 22.
Okay. One second.
Oh,
Um,
and, also
I'm-
to Black and his reaction to coming onto land.
Black is very happy to be on land. As soon as he reaches the sand, he does that whole drop to his knees and kiss the sand,
Ah!
and then he
Bless
sits
the
up
Black.
sputtering and plap, 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 plap. Didn't quite work out the way he was planning.
I'll toss him a small flask.
Okay, I will assume that Vesta comes ashore with Tatiana. What about Caradan and Zombird? You going to leave them on the boat, or are you going to bring them ashore?
Thank you.
That's a good question.
Winter?
Hmm?
Are you bringing Zombird and Caradan ashore or not?
Yes. Well, Zombird has to come with me anyways because he's in my void. So
That's what they're calling it nowadays.
Is that like a Callistrian euphemism or something?
have you guys seen The Good Place?
I have not yet.
Well, there's character Janet, and she's basically like this. She's like this character who can do everything essentially, but she has like a void where she pulls things from. So that's kind of what I'm referencing there. But Zombird is currently in my void.
Okay.
And yeah, Caradan will come ashore with me.
Right.
Remind me, who is Caradan?
Caradan is
Silly boy.
Skelly boy.
Skelly Boy.
Oh, he got a name.
He did.
He got a name and he got an
now.
upgrade.
Okay.
He is now in full armor, and he was the armed knight looking guy standing over the priestess's shoulder, looking intimidating.
Got it.
He's
Okay.
actually an undead disguised under armor.
He has like a soul now.
Nice. Okay.
His lips are sewn shut.
Yeah.
Cool.
The more he helps me out, the more his lips become free. So he did something to warrant a punishment, but it must have not been like that bad considering he can like overcome it.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. All right. So this butt.
Mm.
Give me a second.
Does anybody want to touchy the butt?
Is it magic? Do I detect any magic?
Give me a second.
What? Excellent.
I just love that there's an actual measurement of alcohol called a butt.
It's fun.
Why am I not seeing the screen I want to share? There it is.
Whoa. Ooh, that's fancy.
Fun.
So you have all come ashore, and you do, as you're getting close, there is an essence of magic to this barrel.
I thought so.
What kind of magic?
It's too pretty. I don't trust pretty things.
What, like School of Magic, rather?
Transmutation.
Somebody, hit it, make sure it's not a mimic.
I was like, it's probably a mimic. Sephi kind of wanders over to the other side of the boulders and throws a rock at it. So I'm like kind of next to Vivian behind that boulder, but enough out to throw a rock at it.
The rock sticks to the barrel. The barrel's mouth opens, and
A mimic.
What the fuck?
it's a mimic.
What's a mimic?
A mimic is a magical aberration that disguises itself as other inanimate objects that people would want to approach.
Got it.
Most common is a chair, or excuse me, a chest. Adventurers are always going and trying to open chests. Well, this is the monster chest that bites back. This one, this mimic disguised itself as a barrel at some point in time. Probably got washed off of a ship after it ate the crew,
Matt.
and then ended up on this beach. So you said you were backing up away from it to start with.
I was kind of like behind Vivian, in between those two big boulders. Yeah, right there.
Okay, you throw a rock at it. Its mouth opens and it lashes out with one of its pseudopods. It has tremor sense, which is it feels motion, but it also, of course, felt getting hit by the rock. It was getting ready to, take a snap at you when you decided to back off.
Yep. Magic.
Everybody roll initiative.
Okay. What am I adding to my dice for the initiative?
Your perception.
Perception. Okay.
Sephi got a 21.
I need the math.
I got a 26.
I can't math. I'm pulling up my calculator.
I didn't say wasn't looking. Who was that said that?
Me.
Vivian.
31.
Okay. I have a 39.
Okay, hold on a second. I'm not keeping up here.
God.
Let's see. Tatiana, Thwack, Kate, Vivian, Sephi. And the mimic. Okay. Okay, what did you have, Vivian?
A 26.
Tatiana?
I got a 19. And before we actually start at the top of the round, I'd like to use my battle cry.
Okay.
Nice.
Okay. Tulia, that's who I'm missing.
34.
I need to put you on the map.
Ah, okay.
Oh shit! This thing just crashed.
It really likes to do that to you.
Lately, I've been having a little bit more problems with it. Well, no, it didn't crash. Yay!
Yay!
Ooh.
Okay, what did you have for initiative, Tulia?
34.
Okay. Did some? All right, that means, all right, Tatiana, what does your battle cry do?
God damn it, I was fucking muted this whole time.
That explains
Love
why
you.
we couldn't hear you.
Um, it, it demoralizes an observed foe as a free action.
Okay.
Nice.
So I just yell, I don't know what the fuck that thing is, but we better kill it quick before it eats us!
What a great war cry.
That's a great war cry.
And
right.
basically, it's just a feat that I took on that says when you roll initiative, you can yell a mighty battle cry and demoralize an observed foe.
Nice.
So,
All right. First up then is Tulia.
Yeah, I wing 2 daggers at it. Will a 32 and a 33 hit?
I will check the stats of a really
fucking hope
annoying
so.
mimic. Yes.
All right, total of 8 damage.
Where's the mimic? There it is. And you said total of 8 points of damage?
Yes, and that counts as 1 action. I get multiple actions though, right?
No, that was 2 the double throw is still 2 actions.
No, I have one of the feats that lets me take
It's your
it.
punch that's a single action.
The punch that's a single. Ah, that's right. Okay. Yeah, I just get to throw 2. Okay, so that's my double thing.
Those are 2 actions out of 3.
Yes. I have 1 more action though.
Everybody gets 3 actions.
Okay. I'm gonna take movement towards the creature.
Okay.
However much I can move in 1 action.
You could be right on top of it.
No, I'm gonna stay out just outside of its reach.
Okay.
I'll take a step closer to it, but I'm gonna stay just outside of its reach until my next turn.
Okay.
All right. Thank you.
All right. Kate, your turn.
I want to get closer to it.
Okay. Are you going to get right up next to it?
Yeah, right up next to it so I can use my axe on it.
Okay. Between Tulia and it, or are you going to go past Tulia first?
Yeah, I'll get between Tulia and it.
Okay. All right. You have stepped up in between. That takes 1 action. I'm assuming you probably want to have at it with your axe.
Yep. That's what I'm going for.
Okay. Roll a d20 to attack it. And there should be that number that's your attack bonus on your character sheet.
Okay.
It's in the shape that looks kind of like an axe head.
Yep. So that says 17 and I rolled a 10, so 27.
27 definitely hits.
Yay. Then do I just hit it again?
First you tell me how much damage you did. So there should be a like 1d8 or something. And then some pluses probably next to it.
Yeah, it says 1d12. And then there's a 5 strength, I think.
Yep, +5 from your strength.
So I roll a d12 and then +5 to it.
Correct.
Okay.
And there should be another +1 from your from it being a magical axe.
Oh yes. Okay. So I'm adding 6 to a d12. Hold on. Okay, so 16.
Okay. That's a pretty mighty hit.
Yeah.
Yeet.
Okay. You have used 2 actions. You could attack again.
Yeah, I'm gonna attack it again. I'll hit it again with my axe. This one, I roll a 26.
Grand total of 26.
Yes.
Still enough to hit. There is a penalty for multiple attacks in a row, but your numbers still cover that penalty easily. So give me damage again.
All right. Let's see, and there's 18 damage total.
Another 18. Good gods.
I'm strong.
Yes, you are. All right. Kate takes 2 good, strong hits with the axe, doing quite a bit of damage to this poor, unsuspecting mimic.
Yeah.
Nice.
Take it.
Poor, unsuspecting. Vivian, your turn.
I'm like, this thing might be dead before it even gets to my turn. Like, I know what I'm gonna do, but damn.
Your perception rolls were high enough that you figured out that that wasn't just a regular barrel. If you had touched it first, the mimic gets a surprise attack round.
Would have been a bad time, basically.
I'm gonna cast Daze on the chest.
Okay.
Um, sorry, give me just a second. It needs to make a will save.
Okay. What is your spell DC?
25.
It does not beat your will save.
Did it fail or critically fail?
It only failed.
Okay. Fuck. And then it got hit for 9 damage.
Okay. Anything else you're going to do, Vivian?
Actually,
Send
going
Caradan
to-
in.
yeah, I'll send him in.
Okay.
Have him attack the mimic.
Give me an attack roll.
Um, 27. Oh wait, that's not right. Sorry. 21.
21 still hits.
All right, and that's 1d8 plus 8 slashing. Got a 9 damage again.
Okay, this mimic is in a world of hurt. Sephi, your turn.
So is this creature a fiend, is my question. Would it be counted as a fiend?
No.
Okay, then I'm going to do lightning bolt.
Ooh.
To it.
You've got a very narrow window right in between Caradan and Kate.
Can I kind of like jump on top of that boulder, shimmy up that boulder in front of me so it's less of a narrow line?
Yes, you can do that.
Sweet. Then I will do that with one action, and with my other action, I will do my spell. And I got a 25 to hit.
Okay. Lightning bolt shooting straight over Caradan's shoulder, slams into the mimic. Give me damage.
Let me pop up a dice roller really quick, because that's a lot of d12s, and I don't have all those d12s. I just don't have that many d12s.
And you don't feel like rolling it multiple times and doing the math?
No, too gay for math. 22.
I didn't know that gayness and math had a correlation.
Someone said it once, and I was like, I'm just using that now. I think it's like...
I'm gonna steal that.
I
It's
disagree.
so good.
I'm just saying I strongly disagree.
I think it was like a chart that was like, you can't have all four, and one of them was be good at math, and I had the other three, and I was like, well, now I'm just gonna use that now.
Oh, well, I'm good at math, and I'm gay as fuck, so...
I believe you. But that is my personal slut, as I am too gay for math as a person.
Okay. The lightning bolt fries the mimic. He's just twitching there in the sand.
No. Dang. Next time Tatiana goes first, you leading the party.
And I had some acrobatics rolls ready to go too. Damn.
Everyone was a little too ready this time. Rip.
Oh, a mimic is only a 4th level creature?
Yeah, we kind of overkilled it.
No, a little bit, yeah. All right. So you now have a barrel-like object laying on the beach with char marks. It's got some holes from some throwing knives, but the throwing knives are missing. It may have eaten them.
Damn, savage.
All right.
If anybody happens to look back over at me, my knife sheaths are full again.
Excellent. Came to collect.
Okay.
They're magically returning.
That's neat.
So, what's next?
I poke it.
You poke it. It has a mildly adhesive goo on the outside of it that is starting to dry now that it is no longer alive.
And I will specify I'm poking it with my sword, not my finger, because corrosion is a thing, and I'm not taking that chance.
Who has monster knowledge?
What kind of monsters?
Say survival, or a survival skill would do.
I'll do a survival skill. I'm good at that.
I can make it real good.
I got a 23.
I got a nat 20 on survival, so that's 31.
Boom.
Okay. Tatiana?
Faking it.
Mimic adhesive is a highly desirable alchemical substance.
Oh.
All right.
So if you can, scrape some of the slime off before it dries and get it into a vial, and especially if its slime gland inside didn't get ruptured, if you can get those things and bottled up, that would be some pretty coin.
All right, let's do this. I guess I would say, Hey guys, I'm pretty sure whatever that slimy goopy stuff is stuff that we could sell for lots of money. Help me get it, especially you, Thwack. Because Thwack's good at that kind of stuff.
Black is good at this type of thing.
If anybody has prestidigitation prepared, you can use it to clean things, and you might be able to use it to like gather all of the goop in one place.
Ooh,
I have that.
nice.
Okay. Well, getting the exterior goop off and into a vial, prestidigitation does the job for you. Thwack goes, once you've done that, goes up to the carcass and is able to cut it open. It does have a kind of tough exterior, but he's able to open it up, and using his knowledge of anatomy and hunting and so forth, is able to find the appropriate gland to extract and bottle that as well and put it in a jar.
Nice.
So you now have 2 vials of mimic adhesive and 1 jarred mimic adhesive gland.
Look at us go.
I'm also more curious about anything that the mimic may have swallowed.
Ah,
Oh.
yes, there is lore about mimics that they will eat their victims whole, though they are also intelligent and will often converse with them while they're in the middle of eating them.
But dinner and a show.
Right. Opening it up, you do find at least 1 set of only partially dissolved bones.
Word.
From the looks of this, it might have been a mer person.
Got hungry on the drive over.
So let's see. Inside of it, there you do find 2 rings and a, let's see, two rings and a small necklace.
Okay.
These are all metallic items. Both, one ring is made out of gold. The other metal is, you can't quite tell, it's a little tarnished. So it's probably silver, but it could be some of the other metallic shiny metals too.
Word.
Okay.
Gems?
Pardon?
Any gemstones?
Gems.
At the bottom of its gullet, there are 3 gems that are separate. There's 2 rubies and an emerald. Both of them are pretty decent size.
That's pretty much what I was looking for. So, I'm just gonna reach in and grab those while everybody else is busy, scraping slime.
Okay.
You said 2 rubies and a what?
2 rubies and an emerald.
About how big are they? I mean, if you say the size of my fist, I'll be okay with that.
I'm sure you would be.
Just putting it out there.
We'll say that both of the rubies are half an inch across,
Not there.
and the emerald is 3/4 of an inch.
All right. I got those 2 written down. The rest of you can, scrape your slime or collect
What
whatever.
about the rings and necklace?
I'll be taking it. I mean, I think they can go to the group. Do I I detect magic on these gems and necklaces and stuff. Are they just normal?
The gems and the gems, the necklace,
Gems.
and Yeah, the gems in the necklace
Good enough,
show
you
no
bitch.
magic. The rings, however, both show magic.
Ooh.
No, basically when I poke the chest, I open it up and I'm looking in, and while all of you are looking at the slime and the rest of it, I'm looking and I see the gems. I grab those immediately.
Oh, okay, you're filching them.
Yes.
Okay.
Snaffy wouldn't stop you. But if I sense magic on those rings, can I sense what school?
I hadn't determined what they were yet.
Ah!
Put them in
Big
your
mood.
bag for the moment until we have a chance to figure that out.
Okay. Tatiana, thank you. Thank you in advance for putting those in the bag.
Welcome.
No.
All right. From here, you could see that there's a path leading up off of the beach onto the bluff.
Okay. Perception. I got a 20, not nat. Just kind of look in that area. Does anything else look off about this beach? Some of those bushes over there, alongside of the trail.
You're being hyper cautious. Check.
Yes, yes.
Nope, nothing really. I mean, they're a little wind battered from the storm. But nothing really off there. What you could see up on top of the bluff is a stone wall of the fort that's sitting here.
Okay. I am going to sheathe my cutlass. And I mean, I know the chances that this mimic probably just washed up on shore are the highest possibility, but I'm not going to take my chances, so I am going to grab 2 of my daggers.
Uh-huh.
And hold an action with those as I'm walking up, basically ready to throw them at a second's notice.
Okay.
And I will start heading up that path.
Okay. So you headed up the path, and oh shit, there's motion in the bushes over there.
Who would have thought?
You throw a knife and deftly hit the branch that was swaying in the wind.
Good job.
That branch had it coming. Come on, guys. Get with it. Let's go.
As you climb up onto the bluff, you don't see any other threats or hazards.
Okay. After I throw the blade, I will draw another one.
Right.
Smart.
Between the returning blades and the 3 that I have on my bandolier, I've always got my hands full of something.
So, moving up onto the bluff gives you all a pretty good view of a fair part of this island. Move everybody up here. Thwack. Carridan. Let's see. Off to the northeast side of the island, you see that there's another small beach that's kind of protected and sheltered in by a large rocky island out a ways. Definitely not a good place to try and bring in your boat, as clearly there's going to be too much underwater rocks, not a place for anything of any draft. You'd want to stick with the west side of the island,
Okay.
where you've already parked.
Yeah, so those are the cliffs that we were looking at. Or no, those are the cliffs on the other side of the island.
Correct. You're
Other
now
side.
looking at the other side of the island from here.
Okay. The side where the storm was the worst, and we would have gone aground if I'd gone over there.
Okay. There's a spot just down to the, let's see, just a little bit south of where you are, you can see the cliffside battlements, and your ship is just off the map to the left of those.
Are those supposed to be cannons or something on the wall?
That's what the map shows. There are no cannons in my world. So
Okay.
those are. Can anybody remember the word for the giant mounted crossbow things?
No, but I mean that's a pretty good synopsis.
I know there's a
giant
specific
mounted
word for
crossbow
those things.
things.
I just can't remember what it is.
I will find it.
Not a catapult.
Right, it's not a catapult. It's not a trebuchet.
But either way, there's something in that wall that can shoot our boat.
Yep,
Yes.
That sucks.
It does
could,
indeed
but
suck.
they're on top. You see those mounted positions on top of all of the battlements. So this place was prepared to be well defended.
Okay.
There just appears to, from the fact there was no lights in the fortress last night,
Right.
seems like nobody's home.
That's what they want us to think. Okay.
From on top of here, you can also see that there's a beach to the south, not the one that you were contemplating coming up, but another one that's just past a point.
How tall are these walls?
Um, the building is about 30 feet tall,
Okay.
so it's not really tall. It's probably a single story with the battlements on top.
Okay. And they're called ballistas.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Drives me nuts when I forget what the word is for something or other. Okay.
Next step up from a ballista is just called Da Vinci's crossbow.
Got it. So from where you are, you have 3 segments of the building. There is a battlement that stretches over top of all 3 pieces.
Okay.
So you're standing next to the largest section of the building. There's in the middle of the island, there is a smaller building, and then another large building over on the east side of the island with a battlement bridge that stretches all the way between all 3 buildings.
Vivian, do you think your bird could get an aerial view of what's going on here?
Yeah, and I actually have a spell that lets me put my senses into the bird. So I will go ahead and do that.
That's cool.
Sushi, which I'll be right back.
Yep.
Sushi, stop.
Oh, baby.
No. No.
What'd he do?
I don't think I'm gonna have carpet left if he keeps up like that.
Tries
Scratching
clawing
at
at
the
the
door.
carpet.
He's trying to get his arm
wants to
underneath.
come visit his girlfriend.
Mm,
But I
gotcha.
love you, Thistle, and you should love me back.
Yeah, I've got Sushi trying to dig his way under the door, and Ezio just sitting outside the door lamenting the fact that he doesn't love him.
So
Oh,
She's a
poor
very
baby.
big cutie.
getting a bird's eye view of this complex, you see that there are stone roofs above the on top of the fortress. This place is well built, and you're not seeing anything collapsed either. On top of the 2 major buildings, there are stairways with hatches that would lead down into the buildings below, and there is a doorway from the tower that was right next to where you parked the ship that leads out onto that cliffside battlement. There are probably a dozen ballista pointed in every which direction. So there's
Right.
a number of ballista, but none of them are loaded. None of them um, have ammunition stacked near them.
Does the building look like in a state of disrepair or?
Mild disrepair,
Okay, so it could be abandoned potentially.
potentially. If so, it was abandoned in orderly fashion.
Yeah.
And
Potentially recently abandoned.
based on the debris that you see on top of the buildings leaning up against it, it's probably no more than 10 years at most that the place has been abandoned. But it does look like it's probably there's at least a couple years of neglect.
Word.
Sir, let's check the house chat, please.
Pardon?
House chat.
The house, she calls.
Un momento.
That's okay. I really need to use the restroom, so
Yes.
I'll
So
be
yes,
back.
let's have a rest.
Mm-hmm.
Take a break. That's what I mean.
Sorry, Mo. Oh, you lovely boy. I'm sorry, you lovely boy.
Yeah, the Juliet and Romeo romance going on up here is highly amusing. The boys just want Thistle to love on them, and she wants nothing to do with them. So she's sitting on the bed, staring at the door. Every once in a while, a paw comes under, but they're sitting outside doing the row, 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 and she's
Aw.
staring at them like, what the fuck?
That's funny. Silly kitties.
I just want everybody to get along.
Good
I
luck.
don't know why they're begging to get in.
I know.
Pussy.
Once in a while, I see them in Sir's window.
Yeah. Sushi. See if I can calm down. Oh, Bevy. Oh, Bevies. Hello. Come here. Ah. Ezio. Come here, Ezio. Oh, Bevy.
What are you coloring there, Miss Molly?
A penis.
Nice. Oh, it's a cute penis.
That's kitties.
Oh,
Okay.
Bevy.
Is that a peanut?
Oh, sorry, Ezio. I didn't mean to. hurt
Okay, that's
Cock and pussy.
you.
all right. All right. That's adorable and absurd, and I love it.
Yeah, it's from a coloring book. It's called The Tiny Dick Adventures, and it's fucking great.
Cute.
I've colored a few of them while we stream. Sometimes I just need something to keep my mind busy.
Something. Yeah. Yeah. So one of my new skills that I took is called Clever Improviser. It gives me a bonus to any skills that I'm not trained in yet,
Oh, nice.
equal to my level +1.
Oh, shit. Fuck yeah.
So I don't even have to be trained in it, and I've got a +8.
That's wild. That's so cool.
How do you have a +8 already?
Because it's
Uh,
level +1.
Level +1, so we're 7.
Yeah.
Well, I have clever improviser as well, but like my untrained skills are only at 4.
Have you updated it every level?
I thought I did. I thought it was half of your level.
You've learned how to handle situations when you're out of your depth. You gain the untrained improvisation general feat. No, I don't have the untrained improv. Hang on. Let me look it up. I've got the book right here.
Okay.
Untrained. Let's see.
All right, I am back.
Feats. Where those are classes. I want feats.
I have 2 of them.
Are you sure about that?
They're bare feet.
Hee 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 hee.
Oh, never mind. I got it. I see.
Alphabetical.
It says your proficiency bonus is to untrained skills is equal to half your level instead of +0. But if you're 7th level or higher, the bonus increases to your full level instead.
That's why.
So it's not level +1, but it is not half of level either. It is level.
Right. Okay. So my +1's coming from something else then. But yeah, no. So you should be getting a +7 on those instead of a 4 because now you're
Okay.
at 7. You're getting your full.
All right. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Yeah, that's important.
It sounded like a really good feat for a pirate to have.
I think so.
I may not know about everything, but I know I can make shit up.
I can fake it till I make it. I'm good at this.
Meow.
Aww.
Are they being cute?
Yep, Ezio sitting here in the other chair, looking at me longingly and contemplating jumping in the window.
Oh, puppy.
I also took a fun skill called dubious knowledge. Which
Okay.
means if I roll a knowledge check and fail it, I still get an answer and I've got a 50-50 chance I'll still get a right answer.
No,
Nice.
it means that you'll get some information. Some of it'll be good information, some of it'll be bad information, and you don't know which is which.
Because I might get my information from questionable sources.
Yeah. That makes sense.
But I still have a chance of, in a fail, still getting some information out of it.
Nice. I like
So,
that.
yeah.
All right. You have come around the corner of the major part of the building. You can see that there is a door out over here. There's the farther section of building has a door as well. The doors do appear to be well closed. They are sealed up, and I don't think it does not look like the weather or wind has managed to bash them in.
Can Black try to lock pick them?
Which one are you going to go after?
I was thinking
The closest one or the far building?
probably
Nah,
the closest one.
closest. And I love, Sephi, that your first thought is we should lockpick it, because my first thought was I wonder if Kate could kick it down.
You know, that's what we're gonna do if the lockpick doesn't work. Also, did everyone notice my tulip? My tulip squashmallow.
Oh my gosh, that
Oh, is
one's
that what
so
it was?
cute.
I thought it was a chick.
Everyone normally thinks it's corn, which is valid.
It does kind of look like corn.
Yeah. But I was like, I want to snuggle one of my squashmallows and like, what's the most Sephi appropriate squashmallow I have?
These
So
flowers.
while moving up to the door, you see that there's also a door for the third segment of the building, which is kind of in the walkway in between the two.
Gotcha. I don't like the idea of somebody coming at us from behind, so I think we need to check this first building here.
Yeah, I think so. I like that plan.
Quite reasonable.
Mm.
All right. So Thwack steps up to the door and has a look at it before even pulling out his lockpicks and points to the circle of magical runes that are in the middle of the door, crossing the two separate halves of the door because it's a double door. And the door knocker that is attached to the set of runes, it's a brass lion's head, but the knocker ring is missing.
Interesting.
I don't like magic.
Can I do detect magic again?
Why, yes, you can.
I'm becoming a one-trick pony. What school of magic is it?
You're a one-trick flower.
One-trick flower. And that trick is, what magic is this? I get good enough at it, I'll turn colors. What kind of magic it is?
It's evocation. Based on looking at this, it's pretty obvious that this is some kind of ward spell that is sealing this door closed.
I'll just look over at Kate and go, well, I guess it's a good idea you didn't try and kick it.
This is true. Would have ended poorly.
Sitting over here, I think I should still try to kick it.
No, maybe
All right.
maybe your kick is stronger than magic.
Anybody who wants to can roll Arcana to try and understand what you're looking at.
I can do that.
Yes, I think
Okay,
that's
I got a couple of
wise.
points there. Why not? I can fake this one. I'm gonna fake it for a 22.
Nice.
A 30.
Okay. Well, you're faking it for a 22. It says, yup, that's a ward spell. Somebody sealed this thing. The 30 tells you that when they sealed it, they took the door knocker with them, and that's probably the key.
Oh, fuck.
Um, does anybody know the runes to like know exactly what spell this is? And can we fake a key?
Can I read it? Or can I try to read it?
If you can roll Arcana.
Um,
It's not common. I can't read it. I can't read
You
it.
can't read Common.
27.
27 Arcana.
Mm-hmm.
This is a spell to reinforce the door, to keep out physically keep out any wind or forcible attempts to enter.
Can we forcibly rub off the runes?
No, they are
Oh.
sealed within the reinforcement itself.
Whack. Let me see if I have any spells. Is there anybody inside?
We
You have no evidence that there is.
Nobody have a way of sensing life?
Not that I can think of now, because this one did the same thing.
Oh, from the aerial view that you did?
Mm-hmm.
So there are the ballista that are up there that are don't have any ammunition with them. There are stone statues facing in most every direction. There's about a dozen of them. There is the trap doors that go down into both of the major buildings. There is a flagpole in the center of the largest tower with nothing up the flagpole.
This makes me definitely think that it is abandoned.
What they want, you think.
This is true. Or something is locked inside that is pure unfettered evil. That is also a possibility I've thought of.
Right. Before we spend too much time trying to open this door, there is a possibility that we might find the key in one of the other rooms.
Yeah, I think that's wise. We come back to it since we've see if everything else is also warded shut or what.
Yeah, that's
I
kind of my
also
thoughts. Let's at least check the other doors.
I have a
Okay.
grappling hook and can climb really well, so there's like a possibility that I could climb on top of a building maybe.
Okay.
If there's another way in.
Burrow down
and
to
also
within.
down
I
to
think that'd be
find
smart.
One of the other
Smaller
Place it.
ones.
one of the smaller little rooms or
Yeah.
buildings.
Smart.
Let's head to the building just south of us.
Yes.
The smaller one.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the next closest without having to go down those cliffs.
Yeah.
Well, there is a walkway to go down the cliffs to the other building.
I
So
see
it's not
that.
like
But
you.
still, though, it's walking.
Yeah.
Time, effort.
Yeah, exactly. Especially for poor little Steffi. She's got little feet.
Uh-huh. I do have wee feet. Momo, do you want to sit on my lap instead of the flower since you're trying to drink my water?
So stepping up to the smaller building, this one is locked, and it does have a quality lock on the door.
Well, time to shine, baby.
All right.
No sign of magic on this one.
None that you've seen so far. Thwack rolls really nice and is able to unlock the door. It has been sealed with wax around the edges. This was clearly shuttered up intentionally.
Good job.
All right. Who's opening the door now that Thwack's unlocked it?
I vote Tatiana, so if something's in there that seems dangerous, you can just kaboom it into
Fireball it.
oblivion.
Fireball. That's fine.
Fireball!
I will open said door.
All right.
Opening the door, you find a storeroom. There are crates. If you had to guess, they would probably be long-term provisions. Not a whole lot of it. There's also some ballista bolts in this room.
Okay.
Probably about three dozen ballista bolts. Clearly not a full complement of armament for this place,
Yeah.
but some.
Who's that person there in the middle?
Sitting on the floor in the middle of it is a small, and I do mean small, it's, Cephi-sized statue that looks kind of like a smith.
Huh.
And it's kind of a rough-hewn statue made out of metal and stone together. And if you had to say what the artist was going for, bored and dejected. He's just sitting there on his ass, his hand just lazy to his side, and the other hand holding a small a hammer, and he does have a leather apron that's over top of the statue's body, and the head is just kind of slumped down a little.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Hey, you.
It's a Jeremy.
Hello.
Hello, Jeremy.
I haven't killed you again lately.
Yes, he's
What?
only killed you once.
Oh,
Okay.
hey.
Yeah, there was only that one,
Is there
Jeremy.
another me?
No,
No.
not yet.
Another
Okay.
one.
Keyword not yet.
That's good to know.
Yeah, not yet. They say.
No.
That's okay. I cursed Molly.
Yeah.
He did curse Molly.
She turned into a reptiloid.
This is true. Molly now Kate.
And then
Yep.
we renamed Molly Kate, which was
Yep.
great.
Molly Kate.
The one formerly known as Molly.
Excellent.
All right.
Okay.
How do you
How'd
proceed?
you guys get to?
I am just like, hey guys, looks all clear in here. We should check these crates and see if there's anything good in here. That's all I got.
I'll step up towards the door.
And I got a 30 for perception to see if I notice anything off, weird, or cool.
First off, that statue is just weird.
He was very noticeable as soon as we walked in.
Yep. Hold it. Did somebody actually walk in?
Well, I don't know if we walked in yet. I just said, let's go, and then I was double checking the room before walking in.
Okay.
I was thinking we'd walk in as well, so I'm
Okay.
down.
Who's stepping in first?
Me.
I'll go behind Tatiana.
Okay. Tatiana opened the door. She steps in. The statue raises its head and looks at you.
Wait! Wait! And I
I
just
am
throw
gonna
my
stop in the
arms
doorway.
back.
So
Now, this is only a 3-foot tall statue, and it's just looking at you.
That's fine.
So when Tatiana was opening the door, I wanted to step up behind her, basically over her shoulder with my blades that I
Okay.
still have ready. I'm not going in because that
Just making everybody aware.
yeah, but I am standing in the doorway just off of her shoulder.
Okay.
So I try to talk to the statue. Hello, good sir. How's your day?
I'm bored.
Does he actually answer?
Good sign.
Yes. He says, I'm bored.
Oh, fuck. Yeah. It does look a little boring around here. What's your name? I'm Tatiana.
They
Diplomacy.
just call me Smith.
Nice to meet ya. What you doing here?
Junior Pale.
I'm not doing anything.
Really?
One thing of note, everything in this room is in fairly pristine condition.
Okay.
Everything as much as he can.
So basically, the entire island is a mimic and we're all gonna die. Got it.
That would be one really big mimic. No.
This is everything is fake. We've wandered into Wonderland and we're all gonna die.
It does have that vibe, just a smidgen.
Alright.
Just a little bit.
Roll Arcana.
all right.
Oh, got a nat 1. Don't see shit.
21.
No shit, don't see shit.
What are you doing
Ain't
back
shit.
there?
So this thing in front of you is some kind of a construct.
What's that?
A construct is a magical creation that mimics life.
It's a magical robot.
Pretty much. Some of them, like golems, are made for fighting. Others are made for specific tasks.
What was he called again?
The Smith.
His name
Or
was the Smith. They just call me Smith.
Hey, what type of creature is he again? That's what I didn't hear.
A console
He's
A
a construct.
construct.
Okay.
Um,
Cool.
Putting 2 and 2 together, this is a construct whose job is to repair shit.
Mm.
Hey, anybody
Okay.
got broken shit they need fixed?
If we weren't just in town.
He's bored. He wants something to do. Hand him your shit.
I know, right?
Give him something to do.
Poor
Well,
guy.
there was damage to your ship in the storm.
That is true.
Smart.
Yeah, I'll lean over and ask him if he'd like something to do.
Like what?
My ship needs a little work. There was a storm last night that did some damage to it. It's not a lot, but it might keep you busy for a couple of hours.
I'd have to get permission to leave the room.
Who do
They
you
don't
need to
let
get
me out
permission
much.
for?
The base commander, he said I had to stay here.
How long ago did he tell you that?
How's he supposed to know there's no windows?
He kind of cocks his head and
Yeah.
he's thinking about it and
Sometime.
oh, well, oh, there's been 8 winters.
Oh my.
Okay.
I can tell because of the frost on the walls.
Have you had anybody else visit you lately?
Not since the commander packed everybody up and they all went and left.
Well, I mean, since he's not here anymore, maybe you need a new commander to tell you what to do. Like Tulia. Not me.
You're like, I already have a little companion. I'm good.
I would totally be up for asking him if he would like a job on board the ship.
I actually can't walk out the door without the commander's say so. It would be good days when they needed the walls fixed or any of that, but when they left me here.
All right, so we need some sort of a code or something like that, I'm guessing, to get him out of this room then.
Yeah.
He's
Actually-
intelligent.
He's intelligent?
He's answering questions.
Yeah, no, he
Fair.
is intelligent.
We need his master.
Actually, at this point, I am going to step into the room with Tatiana. But I want to turn around and look at the inside of the door and see if there's any kind of magic or anything that looks like it would hold him in here.
There doesn't appear to be anything specific to the door. It's probably built, whatever magics are holding him are built into his nature.
Okay. What specifically about this room is it that holds you? Or do you have to stay in the room, or can you go to the door?
The commander told me that I had to stay into the room till the new base commander came back.
How do you know who the new base commander is?
Well, he's got the key ring, of course.
There we go.
What does the keyring look like?
Oh, it's a brass ring about yay so big. It's got
And
some.
he's describing the knocker.
Would this guy qualify as an undead?
No.
Okay.
He was never alive to start with. His life is basically a magical essence that maybe they trapped an elemental of some kind or something like that. I don't know what the different spells are. Or basically he's a programmed robot. Really, robot's the best way to describe a construct.
Okay.
So we're still looking for that knocker.
Yeah.
That's
Yes.
Well,
Yeah.
do you mind if me and my friend here just peep around this room for a moment?
Go ahead. I'm not in charge of guarding it.
Cool, great, thanks.
perception. Ooh, nat 20.
Okay.
20 altogether.
So there's a fair amount of tools and so forth hanging on the wall, on the north wall of the building.
What type of tools are we talking about?
All sorts of crafting tools, woodworking, metal, pretty much anything he would need to repair almost anything.
Okay.
You see bricklayers' trowels and stuff like that.
Gotcha. For repairing walls.
Mm-hmm. The crates and so forth in the room, there are long-term storage. There's a barrel of thoroughly salted fish in here.
Hey, that'll come in handy on a ship.
This is true. Theft.
There is one barrel that does have a single rune inscribed in the lid of the barrel.
Anything recognizable? Just a single rune, I should possibly.
It's actually a fairly common one seen on ships. It's used for purifying water.
Gotcha. Okay, so it's a water barrel. Nice.
That was nice.
Okay.
And
Some
sloshing the
provision.
barrel, it's at least half full.
The
Nice.
purifying symbol on there, I can probably put seawater into it and get fresh drinking water.
That'd be
Yep.
cool.
Okay.
That is the common use it is on most ships.
Nice.
In addition to that, there are like linens for rough linens that would be used in a fort. Some basic household goods kind of thing. Nothing particularly valuable. This storeroom really has room to store 10 times as much stuff as is here.
Okay.
Having a look at that, you probably feel like whoever the base commander was 8 years ago, or in an orderly fashion, closed up the base and left.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, I think we can pretty much leave stuff in this room. We can come back for it before we get back on the ship, but I don't see anything we need to pocket right away.
I think that's a great idea.
Okay.
We want to check out that third building.
Yes.
There is
Time.
this room does not have a ladder to go up on top of the battlements.
Okay.
From what you saw from the aerial view, it's only the two larger buildings can do that.
Okay.
This one's kind of more like just a support for the battlements and storage.
Okay.
Okay. It's their garden shed.
Basically.
Thistle, stop.
All right, so you headed over to the the last door to the final building?
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, we're gonna go down that cliffside walkway.
Down the path.
Yep.
So as you come down, you come.
Down we
Oops,
go.
move the wrong guy. As you come down from the bluff onto this beach, you can see that out on the rocky island to the northeast of the main island here,
Yes.
there is some kind of there's something out there. There's like a pillar or something. It is clearly some kind of worked stone out in the middle of that.
Interesting.
Okay.
Maybe we should go out there.
I mean, I'd go to the other building first, but if we still can't find a way to like get the ward removed, that's probably what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I'm all for checking this other building before, going for a swim.
Yeah,
Yeah.
fair.
Precisely.
Okay. Who's leading this traipse towards the building?
I will.
Yay.
Who is I? I wasn't looking at the screen.
Julia.
Julia.
Okay. You get within 15 feet of the door when a booming voice calls out, "Holt, state your business."
And this whole place has gone.
All
Oh my
right.
god.
I will stay where I'm at. 24 diplomacy to basically convince him we are not a threat, or it or whoever's talking that we are not a threat. We're just, stretching our legs after the storm last night and we were blown off course and we were looking to see if there was anything here that could help us out a little bit.
All right, everybody give me perception.
25.
I got 31.
Okay.
30.
22.
25.
And Molly.
25.
Okay. You all realize that the voice did not come from inside the building or up above, but from the trees just to the south of the building.
Interesting.
Sephi,
You're
being,
all on you.
Sephi being Sephi and rolling a 31, notices the tree man standing amongst the trees.
Yay.
Are you gonna try and hug him too?
No, I mean, I'll probably just come up peaceably. And I might try to speak, like, Druidic to him. Or, my other
Sylvan?
one that I do. Sylvan, yeah.
Can I just say my first mental image is Sephi going, "My people!" and running over and hugging him?
See, actually, me as, like, a forest creature is way chiller. It's when I'm with humans that I'm just like, I'm a puppy!
What you see is commonly called an arboreal. In other lands, they called it an ent.
Yes.
And this one is just standing there amongst the trees. There is a long stone shaft leaning up against its hip. Probably can use as a weapon in some fashion or other. And now that you're looking in the right direction, and Tulia said that she was stating honest intentions. We're came ashore after the storm, looking for supplies. Don't even know where the hell we are. The ent looks you over and especially really focuses on Sephi.
Who says, like, basically just, hello, how do you, in Sylvan.
Right.
Oh, no.
I haven't seen one of your type here in, well, ever.
She just
So-
smiles sweetly.
I just have to share something real quick. One of my friends who is watching on Twitch but doesn't have an account, so can't comment, just texted me and asked if by chance we had just found the long lost Entwives.
Interesting. Never heard of it.
Nope.
Lord of the Rings.
Oh.
Yeah. Well, there's nobody here besides the smith, and I can only talk to him through the walls.
Can you
Well,
not enter his room? Oh, I
looking
forgot the
at
door
him,
was
he is
locked.
way too big to go through the door.
Fair.
And you just picked the lock. Probably not in his skill set.
Fair. Forgot the door had been locked.
Yep.
If you want the supplies that are in the storehouse, I won't say anything. Doesn't really matter to me.
Do you happen to have the key to get in?
Oh, we'd find the key, maybe?
You're looking for the commander's key ring. I believe he left with it. They told me they were going to be back in a year or two. They were going to bring the mage with them. It's been much more than a year or two.
What did they need a
Sure.
mage for?
Oh, something about... They were having all sorts of problems inside the fort, and they wanted a mage to figure it out.
What kind of problems?
They didn't talk to me much. I just got to overhear their grumbling and complaining.
Ah, we see.
Up the hill to the fort that's got the ward on it and ask them if that's the area that they were having problems in.
Oh, the building's all interconnected.
All three of them?
Well, the smith's room doesn't really have much connection. I mean, they just really used that as a storeroom. Some place to put the smith out of the way. They didn't treat him over well. Most of those fleshy types don't, think of others as people. They didn't talk to me much.
I'm just pointing at the two buildings going, they're on opposite sides of the island. How are they interconnected?
The stone walkway over the top.
Yeah.
You can go up from the battle up through the trapdoor onto the roof, and then there's basically a bridge that goes from the building you're close to on top of the storeroom, and then from there on top of the main building.
So we need to get into the other building that's we're getting close to go up and see if we can cross over, and then see if we can drop down.
Thinking that, you look over and see that the same runes and knocker are on this door as well.
Motherfucker. Of course.
Right.
Looking at the tree dude here, ask, have you actually gotten to see this key ring?
Oh yes, the base commander would wear it on his hip all the time. It's brass and about this big around, and it's got about 6 or 7 keys hanging from it.
Do you have any kind of feels for magic? Do you know if it was a magical key ring, or was it more like the smith, more of a technological?
Oh, you mean like the artificers?
Yeah.
No, this was definitely a magical thing.
You wouldn't happen to know what kind of magic they were using.
Not my area of expertise. I was brought here to tend to the trees. This one over here in a good year will give a nice crop of apples.
Apples.
Sephi just smiles at that and is like, oh, good. She's very happy that there's a druidic presence on the island taking care of the nature and all that. It makes her druidic heart very happy.
So, not much really going on here. We have, these dead stone buildings and the trees and some ravens and those assholes in the North Lagoon.
On the
Which
island?
assholes?
What?
assholes?
I'm gonna just kind of go, what are they out on the island out there?
No, they're in the lagoon.
What do they look like?
Merfolk.
They look the same as most all kelpies do.
Kelpies.
Fuck. Tulia's gonna take a nice long drink off of her
Glass.
yeah.
Oh, so yes, there are at least a couple of kelpies sitting in that lagoon over there. For those who don't know what a kelpie is, the kelpies are fey creatures, water-based fey creatures with a high tendency to try and drown people so they can eat them.
Yeah.
All right.
Mythos
Maybe that was the pests. Yeah, maybe those are the pests.
Not he said there were trouble going on inside the buildings, so
Yeah.
kelpies in the lagoon don't quite fit the profile.
No,
Fair.
but they're assholes, and that does mean that we need to be careful if we try and swim that distance out to the island.
This is very
Yeah, because somebody's gonna try to drown us.
I like that hole. Rude.
Okay.
Oh.
So again, there's a question that you have not asked either of your people, of your resources here.
Okay.
What is the truly pressing question?
What is
Where
the nature
are we?
of the universe?
Well, I haven't seen it on a map, but you're well to the west of the Great Bay and a bit south. The kingdom, insert name of kingdom you guys came from, decided to put a fort here, and then they never used it really. It turned into a almost a punishment detail.
Interesting.
Great, we're in Russia.
It's never
We're
been
in
attacked.
Siberia.
It's never had a fight, and almost nobody ever comes by.
But you said they had trouble, and that's why they abandoned it.
Yes, something was going on inside the fort, and I don't really know why. Hasn't bothered me.
Well, we'd love to check it out and help, but we have no way to get inside the fort.
Yeah.
Oh, well, why didn't you ask?
He's tall enough to lift us into the fort, isn't he?
Well, you could get on top of the fort. You've already established that you could use the grappling hook or just climbing skills to try and get up on top of the battlements. There's no one opposing you.
It's true.
But if you really want to get inside, I would recommend going in through the secret door.
Oh, would you mind showing us where that secret door is?
Oh, sure.
Thanks, that
Well,
means a ton.
There's actually two of them.
Oh, well, fabulous.
Well, what do you think is
What's
best?
the difference?
No.
Well, one of them is warded similar to these doors. He points to the due east of his position. He points down off the cliffs. That's where they keep the dinghies down over there. There's a cave, but they've warded that and sealed off that entrance when they left.
That makes sense.
So not that one.
where did you leave your ship? Because obviously you're not over here on this side.
On the opposite side.
Ah, so you've seen then the cliffside battlements.
Yes, we have.
Mm-hmm.
They looked
So
pretty impressive.
They did indeed.
if you go down onto those battlements, there is a cave entrance. And while they have it well disguised, I didn't hear them saying anything about barricading it or locking it, or any kind of magics.
All right.
Good to know.
Well, you know what? I
They
really
figured
appreciate.
they figured these steep cliffs were enough to keep anyone from trying that.
You're not wrong.
One false slip and you're taking a tumble into the waters with the sharp rocks at the base of that cliff.
Are there any kelpies on that side of the island?
Well, I've never gone swimming over there, but I don't think so.
Well, as long as there's nobody trying to drown me, I should be fine.
Mm-hmm.
I will survive.
Oh, as long as I'm a hero.
All
Yep.
right.
I think that sounds good to me.
Shall we take a walk over and around?
Might as well.
If we go back to the beach that we were originally on, where we left the where we left our dinghy, we can paddle around to the edge of the island over there, where the secret entrance is.
Let me adjust the map here.
Perfect.
So, if you just simply go up on top of the bluff and walk in between the storage shed and the main building and look down, you can see the battlements there.
Okay. So we could rappel?
Yes.
You could rappel down if you find a decent way to tie off your rope.
To Kate.
Ha ha ha.
That worked. Use my body to rappel down.
There are some decent sized rocks over there that you could attach something to. No big trees, though.
No, but we could give the smith the job.
Here, hold this rope. Never let go.
I need you to stay right here with these things.
Okay. Who's going to go down?
I can go down first.
Okay. Give me a athletics check for climbing.
Okay.
Remember, it's still storming out.
26 for athletics.
Okay. That is enough for you to not slip in the still rainy, blustery weather.
Okay.
It's not as bad as if you were in open waters, but still. Dropping down onto this, you can see 2 ballista, as well as a door that points into the main part of the building, and the stone wall, where the stone wall of the cliff. What do you want to inspect?
The door.
Going up to the door, it's locked and it's been waxed shut, similar to the other doors.
Okay. Any runes, magic symbol-y type things?
No.
Okay.
So you need thwack.
I was gonna say, sea lore with the door being waxed shut. General concept, is that something that they would have done to keep out the sea air, the salt air corrosion kind of concept, or
Exactly, it's a weather sealant.
It's just okay. Okay. I will holler up to the top of the cliff and see if Thwack will come down and join me.
Thwack makes it about halfway down the rope and slips and falls.
Oh shit.
Can I make a roll to catch him?
Go ahead. Acrobatics to catch him.
28.
You would have caught him, except for the backflip he did mid-air. He got a nat 20 on his acrobatics.
Nice.
Fair. Come on.
If you guys had been working together, this would have been a great circus show.
Hey.
But now Thwack is down on this ledge with you, and you, the ballista, and the door.
All right. I'll just kind of, head nod over to the door and go, you think you can open that?
He first inspects it for traps and finds none, and then is able to pick the lock successfully.
You guys want
It's
to
a
see
little-
my dick pic?
The door is a bit
Yes.
stiff from all the waxing.
I love it. How fun.
Look at the
Oh,
little
that's
kitty.
adorable.
That is a very happy penis.
Yeah, he's a brown penis too.
Mm-hmm.
Of course he's happy.
Little
He's
diversity.
Yeah, he's playing with pussy. He's super happy.
Only
Ha-
the best.
Wait, some of you haven't seen my other dick pics. I'll show you real quick before we move on.
Yes.
That one should be for Nari. Oh wait, so this is Sephi. This is
Ah.
Nari.
Cute.
And this is Tulia.
nice.
Cool, huh? Those are my dick
Mm-hmm.
pics.
Okay. It is almost 9 o'clock.
Mm.
It's possibly a good stopping point before we go through that door.
Valid.
Yep, we can do that.
Okay. I'm afraid if we were to try and, head through that door, we'd start a whole nother round of things.
Probably.
Valid as well.
Hence why
Well-
it's easy for us to play for forever.
You can't.
It is. That's why D&D's so long.
I will give something away. There is no combat on the immediate side of that door.
Cool. I
So if
still
you
think
wanna-
that's a good stopping point is right outside the door.
Okay.
Because once we go into the building, I'll want to keep going, personally.
And going and going.
Exactly. But since we're on Monday nights now, and I can join you guys,
Nice.
I don't have to worry about, am I going to be here next week?
It's
So,
gravy, baby.
yeah. I'm
All
excited
right.
to be playing with you guys.
Me too.
Yay.
So fun.
All
Very
right.
excited.
Yes.
So everybody, give me your climb checks to get down down the wall.
I got a 26.
Who was
I got
that?
a 5.
Tatiana got a 26.
26. Okay, Tatiana makes it down safely.
Sephi got a 5.
Okay, Sephi, you've got problems.
I do not take fall damage though.
Yes, but you are also a leaf on the wind in a storm.
Oh man.
Kate got a 33.
Oh, seriously, can Sephi just piggyback on Kate's shoulder or something like this?
Yeah, can I just
Not after having rolled it.
Yeah, okay, fair.
Fine,
Fine,
that's
I'll
the
try it.
case.
Okay.
Wanna lasso
Um,
me?
Yeah, I'm gonna try and catch Sephi as she falls and drifts and
So
whatever.
drift away.
Sephi, roll me a d8.
Oh no. Oh no, no, no. Wait, I put
no,
my
actually make it a d10.
Okay, I'm just gonna do it on here because I don't know where my dice went. I got a 3.
A 3.
Mm.
Actually, that's not as bad as it could be.
That's good. Lucky
The
me.
wind, as you fall off, instead of blowing you out to sea, slams you into the wall.
I could deal with that.
So you're blown back up against the wall and, kind of bounce off it and slide down and lay there at the bottom going, ow.
Still gonna make a roll to try and catch her.
Okay.
Okay. Yep.
Make your acrobatics roll to catch a leaf.
Okay. 25.
You catch the leaf after she bounces off the wall.
Yay, thank you.
Okay. Vivian, a athletics check to get down the wall.
Okay. How tall is the wall?
This chunk of the wall is 25 feet.
I mean, can I just use rope?
You are climbing down a rope, yes.
Oh. I got 23.
23 is sufficient to make it down the wall.
All right.
Okay. And let's find out about Caradan. Can you make an athletics check for him?
Mm-hmm. Got a nat 1.
Oh
Okay.
shit.
So Caradan
Rip.
falls down the wall, but he is heavy enough he does not blow. He
Good.
just goes straight down and hard.
All right,
Ow.
I'm gonna go if he needs.
Is
Actually,
anybody
how
going to
much
try and
damage did he
catch him?
take? I
Fuck
will.
no.
Who was that?
Me, Vivian. I'll take him. I'll
You
catch
know
him.
that's a very question. It's kind of like Siobhan trying to catch me falling down the stairs.
Yeah. That's
I'll
why I
try.
said fuck no.
Can I send Zombert out? Can I send Zombert to try to catch him?
Doesn't have enough strength to do anything.
Dang,
Zombert's
I
gonna get
could have
squished.
had Coogan.
It would either require some kind of spell, or maybe Kate could catch him because of her strength.
Does
can-
anyone have Featherfall
No.
as a spell?
No.
Then it's pretty much just on Kate.
Yeah.
What do I roll?
Acrobatics to get in place to catch him.
Okay, so on my acrobatics, my proficiency is 9, but my little plate number is 0. Is that right?
Because you're
Uh,
not trained in it.
Oh, okay.
Wait, what? For acrobatics, your proficiency is a 9? Is that what you said?
Yeah.
What's your dexterity modifier? So on
2.
your ability score. Okay, so then it's a 9 is your acrobatics.
Yep.
Okay.
So roll d20 plus 9.
Okay, so 23.
Okay. That's enough to get in place. Now give me an athletics to effectively break his fall without hurting either of you.
Okay, 25.
Yep. You catch him, kind of swing him around a little bit to break the fall. So not just a dead catch, but it's kind of a grab and sling him to the floor in a controlled drop kind of thing.
Nice. Yes.
He's a little disheveled, and it's kind of funny to see a skeleton get up and readjust himself, twist his helmet back straight again, and put his armor in place before he is ready to continue. All right, we will leave it there. Everyone has made it down
Nobody
from the
died.
ledge and is down here with a couple of ballista and an unlocked door that you can go through next session.
Hey, that's what's good. It's what's
Alright.
good. Thanks, everybody.
Go.
You did good.
Thanks to all of our viewers for tuning in and hanging out this evening. I hope you all enjoyed this lovely night with us. We'll catch you guys again
Yes.
next Monday at 6 p.m. Central Standard Time and basically every Monday thereafter. So see you guys next week. Have a good one.
Now.
Bye.
Bye. Bye, babies.